Yeah, you don't say it. You just like, I'm Josh, motherfucker.
And with that, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. I am Anthony Dane, and tonight we are going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Going around the table on my right-hand side, we have Eric Muller from Ramble On About Movies.
Where's my camera? There it is. Ahoy, ahoy. Thank you, everybody.
There it is.
Thank
How
you for
doing
watching
now?
and enjoying this D&D adventure.
How are you tonight?
I am well.
Good.
Got a belly full of Chinese food. I'm ready to roll some dice.
As am I. Going around the table, we got Chris. How you doing, buddy?
It's been a long day, but I'm ready for this.
Are you?
Been waiting on it all day. It's the only thing keeping me going.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey, you know what? I'm here. I'm ready to play.
Very good. Erica, hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
That's my camera.
That
I
is your
found
camera.
it. That's mine. That one got the map. That one's mine.
That's correct.
Doing good. Ready to play.
This one 9.
Hopefully my dice are good to me today.
I hope so, too. Josh Bratton.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
I've got the same camera as her, so it's pretty easy, so... Ready to do this. Let's play.
Excited?
Got plans. Got ideas.
Excellent. I like that. Very
That
good.
scares me a little bit.
Yeah,
Shouldn't. We've
me
already
too,
talked
actually.
about it, but...
Oh, yes, we have. Never mind.
I'm a little worried myself, to be
You
honest.
should
Because
be.
Although I did come up with some other things for my character in my head today.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah. Actually, it will be.
Very good. You guys ready?
Yes.
Do it.
All right. One quick shout out to Billy Hill. Thank you so much for providing us the dice trays. Sarah May. Thank you guys so much. Boom, boom, boom. That one was actually me.
But still.
But thank you. Yes. So, thank you very much for that. Let us begin. We are on episode 9 tonight.
Woohoo!
Dun,
Niner?
dun, dun. Niner.
Catch a niner in there?
Were you calling from a walkie-talkie?
No. It's cordless.
Disbanding from their new monk friend, our heroes head to Red Larch to meet with Constable Harbrook. It's during this meeting we find out that the intel acquired from Harbrook reveals the monastery to be a front for the Black Earth cult. Black Cowl spots a wanted poster on the town's community board and discovers it to belong to the town's merchant. It seems a drake has been intercepting the merchant's deliveries.
Fucking drakes.
After a long and dangerous battle against not one, but 3 drakes, our heroes claim a trinket and return to the Swinging Sword Inn. Everybody rested up and ready to go?
Yep.
I'm going to open up that pouch that I found. What's inside it?
You find a scroll of paper and some gems. Gems worth about 70 gold, roughly. Nothing too conspicuous about the gems. You can pretty much just convert them to gold, but you also find a little scroll rolled up.
Alright, open up the scroll.
It seems to need identifying.
Like a magical kind of identifying.
You could
Wherever
assume
you have that done.
I'll open up my window and yell,
No!
Maeve!
What you see is just a bear pelt shifting a little as I poke my head out. What?
I'll toss it down. I found this. It might be useful. Needs your delicate touch.
Alright, I'll get to it in a minute.
Thank you.
Okay.
Praise be your God.
Nice.
Alright, that's a new one.
Black Cowl, of course, is up in his room. Adjacent to that is Keth, probably waking peacefully. And outside,
passed
as
out.
Maeve catches the scroll, beside her is Orena, also waking for the day. It is bright early morning. There is a little embers and smoke coming off of the fire pit that's right in front of you guys, to which had been burning overnight. They
Extinguished.
Good way to start the day, right?
Words are hard.
Words are hard. They
You know what? Words are just sayings. They were made up to begin with. You can do whatever you want with them.
Standpoint.
That's true. I have a few more of those coming up, actually, so beware.
Huzzah.
Right, so
Made up words?
they're refreshing the
Cookies.
fire to begin cooking for the day. So the scene is now on you two out back. Maeve, you now have a scroll in your hand. What are you doing this morning?
I got a couple things I need to do.
Well, let me hear it.
First thing, so I'm going to sit down and take 10 minutes, use Identify on his scroll, figure out what he tossed down to me so I can give it back to him. Or
Okay.
figure out what it's worth.
Alright, so as you sit there
Ritual
and open it up, you're
cast.
kind of like reading it
Just
over
like-
like an early morning newspaper, and it kind of dawns on you, oh, this is the scroll of knock.
Knock?
Knocking.
As in knock knock?
As in,
Okay.
Interesting.
That's it?
yeah.
Okay. Actually, I need to wait till I get the metal from him. So, that's all I need.
You don't have any crafting this morning?
I will, but I need to go to the merchant to get the metal that I have stored there.
Okay, fair enough. Arena, you got anything going on?
I am taking the owlbear pelt, and I cut off a small
You're not
section
there
of it.
yet.
I'm gonna fashion it onto my cloak that I'm wearing,
Okay.
so I can look fancy.
That's fine. Yes, sir.
Potion.
That's what I was wondering.
A 10.
A 10, really?
10.
Can't
So
find
in that
mine if you don't
case,
look
you
good.
just created a greater
A
healing
greater.
potion.
That's true.
And you're going to
And
carry
take
over
it.
the...
I'm not going to carry over. I'm going
Just
to
straight
take
up?
a discount, or I'm going to reduce it by 1. So whatever you're currently at, 7 of 10, 6
6
of
of
10.
10.
Now you're at 5 of 10
For the next regular
for the
one,
next
unless
regular
it's a 10.
one, unless
Cool.
it's a 10. So you now have a greater healing potion.
One greater.
Yay.
Toys are fun.
Aren't
Cool.
they?
I'm gonna roll up my owlbear pelt. That's
Okay.
way too big for me, which is why it was a shifting mass I was sleeping under. I'll have it turned into a cloak for me, but there's probably enough for. It's an owlbear. They're gigantic. If
I'm
anybody
down
else
for it.
wants
For
some.
our cowl friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't get one.
Okay.
Well, she's got a gigantic one too. They were
Yeah.
2 giant owlbears.
There's
Right.
only enough left to build a loincloth, so you can kind of walk around like Kratos if you
Getting
want.
rid of all my clothes then.
Yeah, whoa. That's aggressive.
Second thought, I'm keeping my
Except
owlbear
my
pelt.
armor. Wait.
Think for the good of the group, guys.
So AC goes down to 12.
Unarmored defense.
All right. Well, then I'll head.
With
Once
shield.
we're all done, I'll head inside to meet
Okay.
up with them.
All right, and then as
don't know if
the
you
two
need
of
to do
you,
anything else, or-
Arena and Maeve, enter the swinging sword inn from the front door, already sitting at a table is Keth and Cowell eating a hearty meal to begin their day from Colessa.
I walk in.
Only way
Here you
to
go,
start.
cow. It's apparently a scroll of knocking.
Good to know.
Don't know what it does, but that's what. Well, I do, but I don't know right now. But
Do you need more time?
I need some godlike creature to let me know what it does.
Divine intervention.
I'm not there yet. I don't have that yet.
Oh.
Thank you for that, babe.
I'm gonna
problem.
strut over in the new outfit and sit down.
Raina, you look fancy this morning.
Thank you.
I walk over,
I'm gonna work on one for
Fine.
you next, buddy. We got a match.
find your stupid ass
You
great
damn
sword.
right.
Hey, great you do.
So there's your +1 on your.
Thank you, madam.
Cowell's face is turning a little red.
Bacon is hot.
Right.
Her name's Arena.
What is going on right now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You alright?
Everything's fine. Everything's great.
You be good?
Great, grand, wonderful. Let's
I'm
go.
gonna take a look at the kitchen, see what repairs.
Just as that interchange is happening, Colessa approaches with 2 more plates to place in front of Arena and Maeve, anticipating your arrival due to our other companions.
I'll tip her a gold.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She goes back to doing her business.
I'm actually gonna go with that. I want to see what happened to the kitchen. We've been here long enough. I want to know what happened to the kitchen.
All right.
You can see if you can
So-
fix. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna join because if it's metalwork, I could probably fix their shit.
Okay. So then, as they finish up their meals, Kyle just kind of like scoots his chair back, stands up, and kind of gives himself a nice little collar pop and struts into the kitchen, just willy-nilly, doesn't care, just carefree, walks through,
Stumping
and
behind.
Yeah.
Maeve following behind. And as the cowl pulls open the door and looks inside, you notice that the room itself is quite the disaster still, but this time all of the kitchen appliances that you would be using, the stone table where they would be preparing, and the oven on the side is run down. It's not well kept at all. There's actually a giant streak of fire charring along the wall, and then up along the side you can see that not only is it damaged, but it's sort of kind of coming down a little bit as if it's starting to build a corrosive hole. There's pots and pans laying about as if nobody even cares about this room. Off in the corner you see storage for a bunch of crates and foods, produce and meat just kind of hanging off in the corner, and then directly to the left of that is the door that leads wide open to head out into the backyard where they're actually preparing this. You can kind of see it through the side, but what it appears as though is there was a huge fire that happened here that destroyed the corner of this that they're still trying to put together.
Look over at Kyle. How much do you think a new stove costs? This might be a general question for someone else to answer, but I'm doing it to Kyle.
Yes. I too wonder. I go outside where she's preparing the food.
She, oh, hello. Good morning. What brings you back here?
We've been here long enough, and I feel like we're not doing enough for you. So I was thinking, how much would it actually cost to fix your kitchen?
Oh, bless your heart. You don't feel like you have to
how
do
much
that?
will the stove cost? Period.
Or how much would, a new stove cost?
Oh, dear.
Period. Wink.
Oh, dear. To be able to construct such a device would be rather expensive for us, and unfortunately, the only thing that we can afford is to be able to keep our doors open, so we haven't really been able to put any work into the kitchen. Price-wise, I would probably have to say around 5,900 gold.
Okay, then never mind. I can't fix that.
What?
For all of the damages
No,
to
I'm-
bring this back to normal?
I'm just talking strictly the stove right now.
Stove itself is going to be around 1,100.
Okay, then no, I can't do shit.
At
I can
least
fix
not
the
right now.
I can fix the pots and pans.
Okay.
Would you?
Oh,
I mean, yeah, as long as they.
We'll have to see how that goes.
Ironically enough, as long as they're under 100 gold,
Send out
yes.
a crew of workers.
Well,
Here,
you could
here you go.
absolutely do that.
Or I could do it in segments.
Sure.
Cool. I spit on my heel and I'm like, I'll be back.
A little.
Just
And then I toss her that pouch with the gems. I'm like, consider this a start.
She grabs a hold of it and opens it up and goes, oh dear, no, I couldn't take this from you.
Actual gems.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
I have gems as well.
Just looking in the bag. There's a lot of money in here.
Don't worry.
Sapphires.
Consider it an early investment.
Thank you so much. I
don't
greatly
know what I
appreciate
have.
it.
Head back
I
inside.
just gather roughly whatever I can find that I think is 100 gold, and I just kind of repair all their little things real quick. Takes about an hour while they're eating and everything, and cool, then I'm done with the kitchen
And
stuff.
she's incredibly grateful.
Nope, I didn't even talk to her. Just leave afterwards.
Okay,
She'll come back and see it
fair enough.
when she's done cooking.
Fair enough.
What were you guys doing back there?
I was just repairing some of the pots and pans. There was a big old fire. Half the back looks like the wood's about to fall down. So
Well, that's nice of you.
yeah, it's the least I can do. She feeds us. She keeps us. Lets me sleep.
We
out
have
back.
free shelter.
Basically,
That's
yes,
very
yeah.
Least we can do is give back.
So do we need to head over to the
this.
the merchant Eldritch?
Eldritch, yeah.
I always
Oh, yeah.
forget if it's an L or an N. I always want to say Eldritch because that's the spell I have. Like
Eldritch Blast.
yeah,
That'd be too coincidental.
Eldritch. See, returned. I forget. Did we bring back?
Oh, the 3 Drake says.
Oh,
The
yeah.
That were
Okay.
outside with us.
We also grabbed
Oh, yeah.
3
Yeah,
other
you
things
got
as
them.
well.
The
I took 3.
owlbear kilts.
Yeah,
No,
we took
have
the
the two.
pelts.
We have
But
the
didn't
two
you
pelts,
take
but
heads
you
from
guys
something
took
else,
teeth,
too?
right?
No. I just
Didn't
took
you take
the-
some for the Giants or something like that?
No.
Ogre?
No.
I
You
thought
took
we
a
had.
tooth from the giant
I took-
way back when.
Yeah.
No, just the drinks.
The mandible.
No,
Oh, I just took 3 Drake.
I got that from
We took
the
3 Drake
board.
teeth. That's what
Gotcha.
it was. The Drake teeth.
And
Well,
the
but I
head.
do
And
have the
heads.
head.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Sorry, because somebody needed to help get those out because you were so exhausted from
The
practically
cowl.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody's got to do it around here.
That's fair.
All right.
It's not going to be me. I'm too far away.
All right then. Shall we head up the merchant?
Absolutely.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Let's head out.
Alright, so as you all kind of come to an
Roll
agreement.
through town with 3 Drake's heads.
Oh, you're damn right. I'm strutting through town.
You
with
just
those.
got them over your shoulder.
Oh, yes, I
Of
do.
course. So you
I
casually
mean, we did
walk
come in at
through
like
the town.
midnight. No one saw him at first.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
Kev spent his morning doing push-ups and arm curls. Oh, these biceps are going to look so good.
You got one of them fashioned as a necklace. That's so disturbing.
No, I don't
That'd be
think.
huge. How would you even walk?
I'd walk. Yeah, I'd have to walk like I was pregnant at that point.
Yeah.
You could literally put one like over me, and it'd just be like 2 legs with
Ooh,
a
that
walking
would be
head.
so creepy. Let's not do that.
Yeah, or like how they carry water, they put a giant 2x4 over their shoulders
Yeah.
and they just got the heads hanging from it, like the water buckets.
I like to think of it
Yeah.
as like a ball, like how you would see like a ball bag in
Mhm.
basketball, but
Yep.
just
Yeah.
heads instead.
That's what I was
You,
thinking.
you mean a ball sack?
No.
Ball bag's not much
Nibbles, chew through my ball sack.
better. All right, yeah. We're off the rails, folks.
Simpsons, no one?
No, I got you.
Thank you.
I did not. I'm sorry.
I
Anyways,
got it.
I got
I,
it.
Yeah. All right. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
no, I don't.
so you head on south through the city, and it's a normal day. It's bright and sunny. On top of all of that, let's.
Children are playing and screaming in horror.
It's a beautiful.
Look at that!
You're getting a lot of.
There's a dragon head.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of strange looks from people, but they're still kind of going about their business.
Good.
So, like, you see a guy down there, he's just kind of doing his thing. He looks over and He's just kind of doing.
Maeve's walking slightly in front of Keth with the head and just doing like a parade wave. So like everyone's looking, so she thinks they're looking at him. Just
Of course. Okay, so you guys make your way south, and right across from the Chicken Lady's hut, where you see the children kind of playing about this morning before they're really getting ready for their day, you guys head over to the merchant and pop inside.
Yep.
Inside, you see our shy little merchant man. His balding head is reflecting some sun through a opening in the ceiling as he's kind of leaned over and he's digging through his affairs, through some papers, and setting aside some ink. As you enter the building, he's a little startled and looks around and goes, "Oh, goodness, I wasn't expecting you. What can I do for you this morning?"
Boom. Ready to collect.
Wait, what?
Okay.
You might
I'll
want
walk
to come
in.
outside.
Keth
Guy walks in
and
with it, just
drops the heads on the table. Oh! Get it away from me! Oh my god.
you're the one who wanted us to kill him.
This is incredible. You all did this?
Yes.
yeah.
Except the big man. He mostly just died.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I'm so grateful. Oh my goodness. I must send word then. I should be expecting some deliveries. I cannot express my gratitude any further than this. This is incredible. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. We're just glad to help out.
Very good. All of you can collect 150 experience apiece for completing the side quest. Oh my goodness. Well, I promised you something in return for doing such a kind act, but unfortunately I have to wait until my delivery arrives. So if you could give me a few days, I will have something ready for you, and I promise you will not be disappointed.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fatter.
Excellent. Is there anything I could do for you then?
Yes, there is. Now I pull out my shopping list. Mm-hmm.
What can I get you?
I need some more arrows. I need a silver rapier and a silver whip.
A silver whip? How can
Yeah.
you have a silver whip?
The things at the end of the whip.
The what?
The nine tails at the end.
Yeah.
The things that actually do the.
I don't think you want them being silver off the rip. That'll like. I mean, I could always redo it, but either way.
Hey, we go up against a werewolf. I can go all Simon Belmont on him.
Yes.
Well, I absolutely have all of those things for you. It will cost you about
200 something.
no, a lot less than I mean. About 77 gold for all of that.
All right, so I got the 200, so it's 200.
Well, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate
You know
it.
you can adjust that again.
Can I get anything for anyone else?
I still got some of that leftover metal for me.
Oh yeah, I tossed you my short swords. I don't need these anymore.
Very good. 1 second. Oh, boys. And calls over, and the little children start running up and start tugging on Arena's, what do you call
Belts?
that thing?
Cloak?
Quiver?
Well, you just put on you just made a
Yeah, I
pelt-
basically have a cloak. It's just not as
cloak
long
peltish.
as
Yeah,
the
it starts
cowl.
tugging on that and tries to grab your attention. Would you mind grabbing some of the stuff from Maeve here in the back, please? It
Wait,
should
the
be
boys or her?
the boys.
But
as
they're
the
just
girls.
tugging on her.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
there's
I was
quite a few of
confused.
them.
I was like, wait.
There's quite a few of them. So they scamper off and they go to retrieve your stuff, and one of them's like, "Hi, lady.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Good morning."
Good morning. Are you enjoying this beautiful day we're having?
I am.
Good. Stay out of trouble.
Okay, lady.
Okay.
And they all just kind of like giggle at each other and then scurry on out the door. And then one of them comes back holding a handful of metal scraps and just kind of like walks up to you, but instead of like looking up at you, seeing as how you're about as tall as the kids are, just kind of like hands it to you.
Jerks. But anyway, take my little bucket of it and I'm gonna step outside. Wherever you guys need to finish doing, I'm going to,
I'm good.
just so you know, DM, I'm going to make chainmail for myself.
I'll just wait for
Cost
it.
75 gold pieces.
How long does it take?
I just need an hour.
I'll
And that
just-
brings you up to 15,
Once I
17?
put it on and everything, it'll take me up to 18.
18.
With the shield.
With the
16,
shield.
18?
16 base.
Okay.
16, 18. Same as me. Endrich, is there a stable in town?
A stable? No, not a working stable.
Where's the closest one?
I mean, outside of most of the areas up north, by the bar and across the street at the inn, they have, you know, little markers where you can leave your horses, but we don't really have a working stable at the moment. It was about right there at the center of town where the giant sinkhole took place.
Right.
We
Is
were
there
there.
anyone we could buy horses from?
Oh, no, I'm afraid not. But the town north might have some.
How far is that town?
Oh, from here, it's probably about 4 days' travel.
Can you put an order in for some?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. You'll have to figure that out when you get there.
All right. Well, if you hear of anybody wanting to sell some horses, though, let us know.
Oh, I will, absolutely.
All right. Anybody else need anything?
Yep, I'm just waiting for my
Outside.
gear.
Then we'll head out once we
Okay.
get all our stuff.
One of the kids comes over and hands you a giant quiver of arrows.
Yep.
And then he kind of pulls out the whip for you, lands it right there on the table, and then whatever else that was usually.
Rapier?
Rapier, yeah. You just kind of slink that right off the table. Yep, just like that.
Are
Okay.
you good on those, by the way? Already know.
I'm good.
Okay, just checking.
I went
Yeah,
through
I-
10 last time, so I need.
Well, you are shooting like 47 out of
I've
the
been
time.
using
Yeah.
rapier half the time.
Also true.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I
now
have
that's why I also
quiver.
picked up to my
And then I got
weapons,
30
so
in my room in reserve.
I can get a
so-
little bit closer now.
What's your damage roller on that new one now? Is that a D6? or
D8
8?
for the rapier,
Yeah.
and then a D4 for the whip.
Nice.
But I get range with it.
Nice.
You got reach.
But as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna find a clothes. I'm gonna come back in holding the chainmail. Hendrich, do you have like a back room I could use to switch out my, or just a side spot?
You can hang out over there in the corner, actually. There's a little drape there. Just kind of pull on
I was
it,
like, I'm
you'll
not
be
going
okay.
on the corner, my
It's like
friend.
more on the street corner.
All right, so
Oh, I
go in-
could have
Is this
summoned
the
you
red
and
light
put you in
district?
that pocket dimension.
yeah, so I'm just gonna go in there and
Pull up like a little portal, and as you jump through and come out to the other side, you're wearing new clothes.
now I'm gonna change that
I would use that.
and so switch out chainmail, and then I'm just gonna I don't know, just end up selling that stuff leather for whatever.
Selling the studded leather is only going to give you
Yeah, it's not gonna give me much. I just don't want to carry it because it's more weight.
5 gold.
Sure,
5 gold
sounds
pieces
good.
for that. Okay.
Then I am done at him. Out of character, I guess I could ask it. I forget. It's been a crazy morning. Did we ever talk to Holbrook about the spy in his town?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay.
Last time we were in town.
He mentioned that he didn't recognize the handwriting, and he suggested you go around and ask others because he doesn't recognize it.
And then he also told us that the monastery was in front.
Yes.
Yep.
And that the half orc that was in town.
He
Right.
was part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right then.
Adorable son
So,
of a bitch.
Hey guys, my name's Grud.
so what do you guys want to do?
Why'd you break our heart, you son of a bitch?
Do we want to talk? Ask around town for the spy, or do we want to go?
We can
Check
do
out the
that. Also check
monastery?
out the community board, see if there's anything of note on there.
Or
I
any handwriting that looks the same.
Yep.
That's
completely,
good compared.
completely out of character. I want to go back to the keep. I want to take that bitch back.
Okay.
I want to go to the monastery first. Kill them sons of bitches.
here's
And
The
then we'll
monastery
go.
is on the way to the keep.
The
Yeah.
monastery is on the way
It's
to keep.
not
No,
on the
it's,
way to
it's
the
like north of it.
The monastery, if you're
It's
in
like a
the ground,
triangle.
the monastery goes straight up, and the keep is just off to the right. So in fact, you actually hit the keep before you hit the
Oh.
monastery.
Oh.
So go to the keep,
So
clear
we'll
that son of a
keep-
bitch
clear it
out,
out.
and then
Then
we
we'll
go
go to
up to the monastery, kill all them sons of bitches.
See, but they're also
Especially that handsome one that showed up. And
Well, that's what I was saying. Because
Never came back.
if some of
Wait,
if,
what?
if maybe not all of them are evil like we think, so maybe some of them would like to come to the keep and run that for us while we adventure. Keep it running.
I think we should definitely leave the halflings that were in charge of unloading the boats and counting all their stock at the keep. We should keep them, see if they want to stay with us.
We'll see who actually goes for that when
Yeah.
we get there.
Plus, I figure the townspeople probably, some of them had cultists. Maybe not all of them want to stick around. I'm just gonna spread
See
the
the
word
open
of.
seas.
We got to figure out a name for ourselves. So whatever we want
Yeah.
to call our keep, we could be like, hey, it's a sanctuary for people. As long as you, I don't know, we'll turn into like a fishing community and Maybe become pirates depending on how evil we might be later. Who knows?
Are you insinuating something?
I don't know what's gonna happen
I
on
don't
the
know.
road.
Once
People
we get
change.
there.
It's gonna people change.
Yeah, I might have to put an arrow in one of you.
Oh man! All right, so everybody, as you're all kind of talking amongst each other, you're walking your way through town. You're heading up north, and as you come to the sinkhole, you see people trying to carefully move like heavy things over it to try and help build the area back up to where it should be, because that's where the broken building is that kind of collapsed into the hole, as well as the stable that was attached to it, because that's kind of like the focal point right there. You said you wanted to look at the community board?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay, go ahead and roll perception on the board.
26.
A lot.
Okay.
Roll a 19.
It's not hard to stare at a board and go, that one.
Well, with your attention span, it is.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta get a step stool. So.
See, so it is difficult. Okay,
Not for
so
him.
so Cowell approaches the community board as the three of you stand in the center and kind of look at things, talk amongst yourselves about what you're expecting to do with your day and your adventure. And as the Cowell's kind of brazing over the board, pretty much looking for a comparison to the handwriting on the piece of paper that he pulls from his cowl. I
Yes.
guess is where you're going to be keeping it. You're not seeing any kind of similarities between the handwriting on the board, but behind a piece of paper, you see another edge kind of poking out. And you find it interesting enough, so you kind of smash it. You kind of
Grab it?
Yeah, you kind of pluck it right off of the board, and you kind of give it a quick look over, and it appears to be another wanted poster, except this one here seems to be an even more deadlier dragon than the previous encounter. Not only that, but you have a challenge rating of 6.
How nice of whoever did that to give us a challenge.
I know.
Right, so it's almost like you can maybe wait on the side quests
Yeah.
until you're a higher level and not die.
I would like to as
or-
well.
What you talking about? We didn't die. Said we. And I'm still here.
As a unit, we
Yeah.
did not die.
I'm
Correct.
still, I'm still
You're
here.
absolutely correct. Even though you dropped down to 0 and may have spent the majority curing herself.
Well, I was grappled in a drake's mouth for like the entirety of the fight. Hey, I was still able to hit it with my spiritual weapon though. So
Hey,
Fuck.
I did put a lot of arrows in those sons of bitches.
Yeah, you
That's
did.
true. You did.
Alright.
Okay.
So, shall we head for the keep?
We should also. I should stop by the butcher, pick up some more ribs. I thought those were good.
I-
I
I'm
like
okay
them,
with
yeah,
that.
we
I'm
can do
down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
here's
so
5
then-
gold for my studded leather.
Okay, so then Cowell goes off on his own and heads south after he plucks the community board, takes a look at it as he starts walking south and makes his way to the butcher to collect on some meat and rations for just himself, I imagine.
Well, no, the ribs are for all of us. But
Okay, so enough, I'd
We're a
say.
team.
yeah,
I'd like to get some jerky, like for myself, just as a little snack.
Do you want to go with him, or
Yeah, I'll
do you
go
want to
with
say that you
I'm gonna
submitted an
I'm gonna
order?
go with
I was
it.
gonna say if we're heading out after
Yeah, we
this,
might
we
as
can
well
just all
fall.
go together.
Yeah,
Just
I'm gonna go
probably
with
head
it.
into
no, it's cool. Me and her could just go.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll hang out
so
with Kev.
Arena and Cowell had their way back as Cowell was looking over the community board slip.
Another dragon.
This one's got wings.
Oh, yeah. Let's wait on that.
Yeah.
Okay. As you enter in, you get a nice, warm greeting from Jalessa.
Jalessa.
Thank you very much. / butcher. Oh, good evening, everyone. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good morning.
I'm doing well. Yes, you're right. It's morning.
You must have had a late night.
Oh,
We've all been
incredibly
there.
so. I haven't been sleeping much with the constable always in and out.
Go on.
Oh, he just seems to be wrapped up in some conspiracy that's going on around here.
Oh,
He
yes.
doesn't say much to me other than when he's coming and going.
He's not the only busy one.
Yeah, well, what can I do for you this morning?
I'd like to get some jerky, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. It'll just be 10 silver.
All right.
Yeah, I'd just like some more of those delicious ribs.
Oh. Another order the same as last?
Yes.
Just 10 gold, please.
Here you go.
Thank you so much. And hands over a nice big old slab of meat and just drops it on the counter for you and kind of hands Arena a nice little bag of jerky.
Put it in my pouch.
Wrap it up.
Very good. Anything else for you, dearie?
I'm good. Are you good, Ray?
I'm good.
All right, we'll be heading out. Thank you.
Very good. She goes back
You
to
have a good day.
doing her thing. You too.
While they walk off, I just look at them. Kath and I are just standing at the community board. I look at him. He's like, it's like he's never seen a half-elf woman before.
Yeah.
I do have a 20 charisma, guys. My character is really cute.
I mean, I don't know what was up with him this morning.
That was it. I just wanted to make fun of the cow.
And Eric, Cal and I will be talking amongst ourselves, but the moment we get within earshot of them, we stop talking.
Yeah.
Ooh, alright.
Awkward.
You can kind of feel.
I just
there's
look
a
up
little
at you and
bit
I
of-
just go,
Well, we're talking in Elven too, so.
Yeah.
Ah, right. So there's a little suspicion coming from Keth right here. A little bit of, you can feel that there's a little bit of awkwardness in the air. You can cut it with a knife.
Like
but
as they show up.
Yeah.
Little
it's-
does he know, all I said was, cows are awesome.
Of course.
They
but don't worry, we'll talk in primordial later.
I speak primordial.
I know,
Yeah,
that's what
that's
sounds
what-
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
that's
yeah.
What, that was his primordial.
I'll speak in Orcish. Oh wait.
Nobody.
Oh, wait.
I'll speak in Dwarvish and none of you will know what I'm
I'll speak in Draconic.
Okay, anyway, now that we know our languages,
Slytherin.
Fizzle,
Shall we,
giant.
shall we make our way towards the keep? Go fuck some shit up?
Let's do it.
Very good.
Awesome.
As we walk, Arena's daydreaming about a bedroom with ocean views.
Okay. It's about
Just not the
a day and a
I
half.
don't want
It's about a day and a half
You can dig
travel
out,
to
though.
the keep from where you're at currently.
I'll take that.
It's
Reason.
late morning right now. It's about 11
I
o'clock
still got
when you
one
guys
fire
decide
arrow left,
to.
just, just in case.
Ladies, are we done?
I have been done. I've been standing here next to you for the last 20 minutes.
You'll be thanking us when we're eating later over a roasted fire.
Okay.
So you make it through the first part of the main, the first part of the day safely, and it is now dusk. If you keep on pace, even if you rest through the evening, you'll make it there by the evening of the next day. If you push on through to the evening, you'll make it there by midday tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
rest.
rest. There's no point.
Okay. And you successfully make it through the night. Everything is
Good.
now stocked up. And early morning, you continue to make your way through.
Not a delicious night of ribs.
Right. Delicious night of ribs.
As I wake up, I finish Cal's new attachment for his cow out of the owlbear hide, and I'm going to give it to him.
I thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hey, did you want any of that, Kev? Owlbear hide? Did you
Hell yeah!
Because
If everybody's gonna have some,
Because I
It's like our thing.
Because I imagine I don't need a whole lot for a 4-foot dwarf.
I could just get like a piece that kind of throws over the shoulder.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
there
the little Roman with the red
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
buffalo sign.
Yep.
Well, here.
Or like
I
Thor.
don't know what that's called.
I don't either.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
The shoulder pad of.
The shoulder drape.
Yes.
All right. Well, either way, I finish mine. I toss in the rest. He can make his own.
Is there anything that needs to be done this morning before you all head out?
I would feel bad constantly rolling a
cool
potion
with
because I feel like I'm
having-
going to get them a lot.
Well, you might need them
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot,
absolutely.
so.
All right. Well then,
Keeping that okay?
8.
When we.
Okay, so
Maybe
you have
another
a
regular-
potion, a regular
plus
potion, and 3
3
of
extra.
10 for the next.
Hey, Maeve, touch my sword.
Keep talking like that. I'll never do it.
Man, these two, right?
Maeve just
God,
stares
it's
at
making
Cal
it
like.
worse.
Anyway, yeah, I'll give him the +1 on his sword. Does anyone else need anything done? For
No, I'm
my
good, thank you.
All right, cool. Then that's all I needed.
Okay.
Do you still need more time with the scroll?
If this godlike entity would tell me what the scroll of knocking does,
I
no.
mean, you can also look it up in your spare time while I go through this so you know what it does. So I don't have to explain it. 'Cause if you're the one identifying it, then it's just
So
you.
it's an actual like
Yeah,
thing. in
that's
the
an
thing.
actual
Okay.
thing.
Okay, I didn't know if you made it up or if it was something.
Because
So either way.
I have the one of hasten of wall of water.
Which
Okay.
I shouldn't have revealed momentarily, but anyways, going on. So yes,
Yeah.
that is called the Scroll of Knocking.
Yep.
And that is all yours.
Because I didn't have to identify those because you told us.
My bad.
Nah, man.
It's all good.
Whatever. They were written in common.
Yeah.
Who actually writes the name of the spells on these? That's great.
No, right?
Wizards are weird.
All right. Anyway, yeah, well, I'm good to go then.
Okay. It is early morning. You guys make your way through the Sighing Valley. The surroundings are the same as what they were before. It's now a desert area. You're in the made-up word that I created, Cravine.
Yay, the Cravine!
The Cravine, you are back here. So to your left and to your right, you see it's almost like you're walking through the Grand Canyon. It's not as deep, but that's kind of what the...
It's not as grand.
It's not as grand.
Just
That's
a
kinda
regular
what-
canyon?
Yeah, it's just a
Just a
regular Cravine.
A regular Cravine, my bad.
Welcome to my world.
Mm.
And as you're
we
making,
play in it.
I know, right? And as you guys are making your way through the valley, you can kind of perceive that there's like a group of vultures hanging around one of the cliffs, and there's kind of like one of them standing there watching you. The head turns as you guys start making your way past, and there's another one flying around in circles above you, and you're just kind of making your way through.
See what you got. Come on. You know you wanna. No, come on!
I'm gonna pull my raven out of the pocket dimension and send it up and make it crow in one of their faces. Like the one who's staring at us.
Did you have a raven?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember what you
I
had.
changed it
Yeah.
from a rat to a raven.
Oh, that's
And
right, because
I'm
they gave you
keeping
the
it-
money.
Yeah, I'm keeping
Okay.
it this way.
So if are you in the Raven, or are you sending the Raven a command?
I'm sending the raven a command.
Okay, so that means you can still walk, but you're independent from it.
Yeah.
So as you send your Raven up into the air to view the the vultures, the one vulture that's going around and around kind of comes after
No!
You can immediately
And-
like click it out.
the Raven comes down, or
Vulture.
the vulture comes down with his claws ready, aiming
Okay, and I'm
towards
gonna
it
pull it back in the
momentarily.
pocket dimension.
Are you?
Yep.
Roll a d20. If you're an even number, I'll let you succeed.
Come on, save the raven. No.
Odd number?
I rolled an
11.
Okay, so the vulture comes down and grabs the raven with its claws and just kind of tears it, and it poofs into a puff of smoke because it doesn't actually exist.
great.
And with that, the other vulture just keeps staring at you as you guys make your
Good
way
thing I
back.
gave you-
Alright, shooting at the vultures.
You're gonna shoot at the vultures?
Yep.
Okay.
My raven.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm doing.
How far up are they?
Up and away, they're about 50 feet up.
Yeah,
I'm
top
also
of-
gonna fire an arrow at one of them. You can go first, Cal.
I ain't got shit to shoot at. Actually, I do, but I'm not gonna waste bolts.
Okay, guys.
We're gonna fight vultures.
So?
28,
28
And the
hits.
vulture-
Not
explodes.
28 damage.
12 damage.
Hold on, please. I was not expecting this.
Shouldn't have killed my raven.
Oh, God.
Driving.
Poor guys. Okay. For how much damage?
12.
Oh, Jesus.
That one's dead. That one's dead.
No.
That one-
was not dead.
What's about to be when he shoots it again?
Okay.
Well, when it starts falling because it can't fly, it takes falling damage.
So as you're shooting the one that's looking at you, the one that's flying,
No, the one that's
the
flying.
one that's flying around. All right. So as you shoot it, it kind of jerks in the air and it kind of flutters its wing a little bit to try and keep its momentum. And with that, it starts kind of coasting downward and downward and downward, and it lands right in front of you. The only thing is this isn't an ordinary vulture.
Of course it is.
This is a large demon. This is Vrock.
Ah.
What
And there's
Awesome.
multiples, or
Roll
there's just that
initiative.
one?
the
There's multiple.
fuck?
But there's now one directly in front of you.
Couldn't let it be, Cal, could ya?
Killed a raven.
Nevermore.
Hey!
18.
20.
21.
No, one more. Go back one more.
There you go.
What do you home slice?
16.
You're 16.
21.
You're 21.
20.
Erica?
18.
So Eric, me, Erica, Chris, and then wherever your demon's at.
Lord Almighty, I'm so
You in
sorry
front of me,
for this.
Josh?
I am.
Yeah, it's gonna be Kyle. What do you got?
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Good shoot. First, I'm gonna mark it.
The
Okay.
fucking Cravine.
D6.
Where all good things go to die.
Yeah. Right. Yeah?
18 to attack.
Yes, 18 hits.
6 damage.
Oh, buddy. Okay.
Alright, second attack.
Okay.
20.
20 hits.
12 damage.
Okay.
And now my third attack.
This is the first as
Yep.
well.
And I'll take a -5.
Okay.
14.
14 does not.
Wah,
That is a
wah.
miss. Okay, so you got 2 arrows off of it while it was landing right in front of you, and it sees all 4 of you, and it's kind of really pissed off at this moment.
When you
Maeve?
say right in front of us, how right in front of us? Like how far
Well,
away?
if you guys want to move your guys a little bit closer to me or
I'm just
pull
gonna
him
move
out
him.
right about there. Yep, each one of those is 5 feet.
Hey.
We are in 5, not 10.
These are 5?
Those are
Okay.
5.
Alright, well, shit.
Pick a side.
Where are you? You're right in front of me.
Yep.
So if I'm here... Alright, so I'm gonna move up.
Okay.
Over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a swing with my warhammer. Double checking, sorry. Natural 20.
That hits.
No.
For
Crit mode dangerous.
16 damage.
I hope you guys do that every single time.
16 damage.
Okay.
And that will end my turn. Be the best melee hit I have all game.
You say so. Up next is Arena.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to place Hex on it.
Nice.
And I'm going to fire an arrow at him. And I have advantage, right? Because Maeve is
We have
flanking.
sneak attack, not
Sneak
advantage.
attack,
Sneak
plus
attack,
advantage.
you don't have advantage.
Because I'm up on it.
Yep,
Alright, so I have my
Maeve's
sneak
next to it.
attack. Oh, I don't like it. So 20?
20 hits.
Okay. So, alright, so got too many colored dice around here.
Alright.
So we got 2d6 for your sneak.
So 3d6 for my
Ooh, three.
sneak, 1 for hex, and then
Level
my
6?
regular.
We're at level 6 yet.
Alright.
No, we're not.
No, level.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I have
Keep
3.
going. Yeah,
I level 4. Alright, so 16, 19, 24. What's the damage?
Is that including your...
I need to know them separately though,
What's the modifier? Why?
Oh, son.
for
of a-
specific reasons.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
so I
I
hit
can't
2.
know in total.
I hit
No,
2.
but which one was your...
16
hex?
for sneak attack.
Total of 16 for sneak attack.
Hex was 3.
Okay.
No, hex had to have been more than 3. See, why didn't you say
Hex
that
is your
when I
modifier.
rolled
Hex is a 1d6.
You
so
wrote
it's a
Hex
five.
is a
Okay.
1d6.
And that was a 3, okay.
Hex was the green one, right?
it? Yeah.
It was a 3.
That was a 3.
Okay, that was a 3. What was this one?
5.
5. Okay. So 5 for my regular damage, 16 for my sneak
Sneak.
attack,
Okay.
and 3 for my hex.
Thank you.
And what's your
I was
modifier?
going to say what's your modifier for it.
I do the +2,
Okay, so then it would be 26
right? Because it's my
damage
dex.
total.
Wait, it's my dex mod,
Yep.
right? So it's
Yeah.
+4.
Okay, so then plus 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
So 20 piercing.
I got it all.
Got it, cool.
Yep. Good. Yeah, I'm gonna need to know individuals for resistance.
Mine's all magic.
sakes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about yours. Speaking of which, I get to go before you.
Ooh.
Hello.
Dang it.
All right, so my vulture's taking quite a bit of pummeling from everybody, and up close right here is that you're still within my line of sight. Maeve, he's going to come over and he's got multi-attack. He's gonna do a bite.
Oh, here we go again.
This isn't a grappling bite. This is like an
This
attacking
is
bite.
just a bite.
This is just a bite
Don't
bite.
worry, I got plenty. I got shit for him. Don't worry.
The bite's gonna
Another
miss,
idea.
but then he's gonna reach out with his talons, and he's gonna hit you for 19.
19 does hit. Yep.
Yeah, and he's gonna hit you with 2d10 plus 3 slashing, which is 13. No, I'm sorry. 16, 17, 18, 19 damage.
Okay.
Ouch time.
Yeah. And then it's going to be your turn, Kev.
Okay, good. Now moving to a flanking position.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take -5.
Okay.
That is 19. 19.
19 hits.
So that is 24 for my first swing.
Okay.
Magic damage.
I know.
Oh, excuse me. No, 24 is right.
Okay.
Second attack will take the -5 again.
Okay.
15.
15 hits.
So that would be 23 damage.
Ugh. That hurts.
I'm gonna take my action surge.
Ah, you dick.
Shield surge.
Alright.
Same deal.
Yep.
Taking a -5. Ooh, that's not so good. 13.
13.
Yeah, I don't think 13's gonna cut.
Don't you get a fourth attack if you do action surge or no?
No, that is the third attack.
Okay. What do you got, Kyle?
So his magic sword looks like it's more effective.
Your passive perception shows that his magic sword is effective compared to every other damage you've seen hit this creature.
Drop the bow, and how many squares am I away?
Currently, you are 5 and a
You get
half.
2 steps.
Yeah.
You're 10.
Or 10
you're 10
and a
feet
half.
away.
I'm
Yeah.
10 feet away?
Yeah.
Perfect. Drop the bow, take out the whip.
Of course you do.
Nice.
Why don't you go flank with the rapier so you have advantage?
He wants to use the whip.
Alright.
He just bought a whip. Let him use the whip.
Yep, alright.
That's going to be 22.
That hits.
7... 13 damage
Okay.
on the first attack.
Fair enough.
Oh, you get multi attacks with the whip too?
He gets extra attack just like
He
Just
that.
gets an
extra
extra
attack.
attack being level 5 ranger.
Ah.
That's one
Could
of
you
the
technically
abilities.
grapple him with it?
He could if he would have to use his action to grapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he would get a second attack.
Yeah.
So he would do his attack after the grapple.
Fair enough.
15
15 damage or to hit?
to hit.
Yes, 15 hits.
And that is going to be 11 damage. All magic.
Your whip is magic?
Well, it's
Silver.
yeah,
that's
your
not-
whip is silver, it's not
Yeah,
magic. Sorry,
that's
buddy.
Ah.
Nice try. It's not a werewolf.
It's a demon.
But I like where your head was going, at least. So you come in and you do a couple of
This is where
whips,
Maeve needs to
and it,
come in.
as you're doing it, you're kind of hitting its wings too. So you're kind of tattering some of its wings, preventing it from being able to fly away at an immediate haste. Maeve, what do you got?
As a bonus action, I touch my Warhammer and I cast Magic Weapon as a bonus action. And I'm going to swing away on it. Because I have advantage. And it gives me a +1 to my attack rolls and damage with the Magic Weapon. So basically, I just did what I do for cats, but on my weapon now.
I love how you guys are starting to meta now. Like Erica's getting her magic missile ready because of one thing that Cowl knows that the rest of you don't.
Don't look at me. I already know what's going on.
14. To hit.
14 does not hit.
I missed then.
Damn. Okay. How long does that stay magic?
1 hour.
Okay, good deal. Keep that. Remind me of that, please.
Inspiration.
You guys don't have inspiration.
I have guidance, but that's only on
Rolling a d4 to an addition of a saving throw.
ability check.
Correct.
worth a
Lorena,
shot.
what you
Okay,
got?
after watching Keth beat the crap out of it with a magic sword, I'm gonna notice that magic seems to be working because I fired an arrow at it, didn't do that much.
Okay. Because you're saying it, I will allow your passive perception
Thank
to
you.
perceive such a thing, to allow such an action. Thank you for addressing that and not just jumping the gun. I
I'm
appreciate
going
it.
to pull out my wand of magic missiles,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna use 3 charges, and fire
Uh-huh.
5 bolts, and you're also gonna take my hex damage as well.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, okay.
Remember, each missile is +1.
16.
So 16 plus 6.
Son of a bitch.
22.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you cast your wand, a plethora of missiles, just like icicle shards, start showing up around you, and they all start turning and spinning until they all focus on a central point, and then they all just start whizzing through the air, and they all just go right through the creature. It still damages it entirely, but that's how it appears to look.
Okay.
Grr.
I'll take it.
All right.
And it's not happy.
And it is so not happy right now. It is not happy. In fact, what
Killed
it's
my
going to do...
raven.
I know, it really did. It's
That's
going
the start
to
of the whole
use
I know.
its stunning screech. It's going to scream this loud pitch noise, and all of you cover your ears within a 20-foot radius. What it appears it
Everybody.
affects all of you. You all must roll 14 Constitution saving throw.
19.
12.
Dangerous.
Crit mode
19.
dangerous.
Okay.
Ooh.
1.
Whoa.
Sorry, 4.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's still a natural one.
Okay, so with that screech, everybody covers their ears in agony. They kind of hunch over, except Keth just kind of like shakes it off and stands up. Orena puts her hands down and she doesn't hear anything more. And in the meantime, we have Cowl in the corner and Maeve there. They're still covering their ears. They are now stunned until my next turn.
Ooh.
Yeah, until Virok's next turn.
Well, good thing both of you already playing.
Right. And then with that,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going to
It's
come
gonna miss
over
both
and
of our
with
turns
his
that time.
talon, he's going to slash at Keth, being right in front.
Yep.
18.
That'll do it.
Okay, and that's the 2d10. Plus 3, which is 13, 16 damage.
Okay.
Okay. And that ends it for me. Keth, you are up.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna take my -5.
Does that consider me incapacitated or just stunned?
You're stunned.
Okay, so you still get the
Yeah.
flanking.
Yes, he still does, yes.
What do you want off a crit?
No. I'm not. 14.
You are incapacitated.
Oh, so I don't.
Stunned. Stunned is incapacitated.
So
So I do not get advantage?
Yeah, so you're gonna need a reroll probably then.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not taking the -5.
You're also automatically going to fail strength and dex saving throws.
Doesn't take
And
it.
attacks against the creature have...
But we both passed this. Oh,
You have a
No, he's talking
disadvantage.
about-
Yeah, but now
I'm
I
talking
can't.
about who's
Now I
stunned.
can't get the flank.
So he doesn't get flanking,
No,
so
he
he's
would
got
not.
to reroll then.
So you-
So I'll
okay.
just do a regular attack.
That's fine then.
22.
Yes, that hits.
Math is hard. 12 damage.
Okay.
Then my second attack.
Your dick.
What?
Your dick.
I think,
Oh, you got a cold?
Yep.
I think you're supposed to direct that towards me for giving him the
20?
+1.
20 damage.
20 damage?
No.
No, fuck you.
No, it was a 20 to hit.
Yeah, it was. Nice try.
Oh, but you rerolled
That is 14 damage.
Okay. Fair enough. So as you're slashing through with your sword, the wings of the creature are trying to dodge and using its momentum to try and keep away from you, but still, tips of the sword keep doing slashing marks against the chest of this winged beast. What do you got, Maeve? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, do I get to do anything?
No,
Since I'm
Cowl's up.
I'm incapacitated.
Cal's also incapacitated.
Yep,
Arena's
you're right.
Okay.
Up next is Maeve, who's also incapacitated, and then you're right.
All right, I'm going to put out my hands and try to do Eldritch Blast on him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is it a cantrip?
Yep.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
19 plus 7 to hit.
No.
And you also get my hex still. So 7 force damage and 6 on the hex.
Well, you.
I don't get a. I don't
You
get
don't
a
get the
plus.
modifier.
No, there's no
that-
modifier.
I always forget.
Not
There's
on
certain
magic.
ones that do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not on my spell.
Some
Some
do,
do.
but not all.
It would say specifically,
Right.
yes. So 13
Guiding
total,
bolt
is that
does.
what we're doing? Is that right?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Okay. God, you guys are raping them now. Now that you guys know my secret. Okay.
I knew right away.
Well, that's because you said.
Well, I am on the other side of this thing as Cat's sword is just cleaving it apart.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So
That's
as
why that's
as
magic
you
weapon,
guys are
I'm smart.
pummeling this vulture
more
left and right, he's really starting to feel super fatigued to the point where he almost kind of can't stand up on his own. He's kind of hunched over and he's using the momentum of his wings to try and keep him up. And in the process of his wings keeping him afloat, all of these spores start to fill the air, and you can see them starting to generate around you as these little green fuzzies start filling the air. All of you roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm good.
What'd you roll?
23.
Yep.
19.
Yep.
Sorry, 18.
Yep. Guys.
13.
Oh.
Okay. Maeve, what's your Constitution saving throw?
Is this poison or no? I asked because I have advantage if it is.
You have advantage on what?
My
Poison.
save roll.
He's a dwarf.
Against poison?
She's
Yeah.
a dwarf.
Okay,
She's
then
a
yes.
dwarf.
Then yes, you have advantage.
Okay. I rolled 2 8s. Was this?
Oh,
Con.
Jesus. Con.
11.
Okay, so you two are safe from this. You have to beat a 14. And with that, the spores start to enter your lungs, Arena and Maeve. And with that, you give a nice little kind of hit in your chest. You're going to take only 1d10. Not that
Only
one,
1d10.
which is actually a 10.
Oh, sorry.
So each of you two are going to take 10 poison damage at the start of each of your
I have
turns.
resistance, so it's half.
Nice.
So
Then
5.
mine. So 5. At the beginning of each of your turns, this is going to happen.
Okay, so not yet.
You can also repeat the saving throw at the end of your turns to end it on a successful throw.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay? And then with that, he's going to come in and bite. Try and give a lash out at you, Kev.
Yep.
Natural 20. And that's going to be 19, 21, 22 damage.
Okay. I need to heal.
I got you.
And then with that, the talon's going to come back and it's going to slap at you.
Okay.
15?
Nope.
No, because you're 18 now, right?
With the shield, yep.
Son of a bitch. Okay, so you passed that one. Okay. Up next,
Chris. Kev coming hard?
Keth.
Yeah, he is. I will second wind as a bonus action. Not yet. No
Your
longer
fate.
incapacitated, correct?
No longer, yeah.
Yeah, no
End
longer.
of his turn.
They're up now.
Taking my -5.
Okay.
Fuck. Missed.
Okay.
I'll do a regular attack this time. Crit
Mode dangerous. Crit mode dangerous.
I will not join in on that. That's your guys' thing.
I allow it.
So I roll max damage.
Alright.
So that's 29 plus because I am half orc, I get to re-roll again and add it. It's another 11. So that's 40.
How do you want to kill it?
Oh, right through the gut
Okay.
and up the chest.
Alright, so a couple of quick slash, and with that, its wings open wide as it appears as though it's going to do this grand finale of a move, and with that, you take the sword and you joust it right into the center of its stomach. And with that, it yells out a nice, loud, screeching cry as you lift the sword up through its torso and out its shoulder, and it just kind of falls apart in front of you. And with that, the other vulture up in the corner sees this happen and swoops down in and goes after you for making that killing blow.
Wait, is it adjacent to me now?
I mean, it's swooping right in at you.
Okay, I will. So I can take my bonus attack
Sure,
at
I'll
it.
allow it. It's
coming.
going to take the place of its current.
Okay.
So the initiative is going to stay the same.
Good.
It's just going to be like a brand new one is now entering the battlefield.
19.
Yes, 19 hits.
And it takes 12 damage.
Okay.
And I need to heal.
How bad that are you, Kev?
Very bad.
Like literally, like I need
How much did you say?
9 damage.
11.
You did
No,
11.
no.
How much damage
Yeah,
did you
yeah,
do
yeah.
it?
12, 12,
You
12.
did 12 to it?
Yeah.
You're at 9 hit points. Okay.
Oh, yes, I need a big heal.
Okay, very good.
I know. I won't sing.
Cal,
but it's not
you're
stuck in my
up
head.
and you're awake and you are now ready to go with a brand new Vrock.
Alright, for a bonus action, I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike on it.
Okay. Please remind me what that does.
Well, I got to hit first, so.
Okay, so this is on top of a strike.
Correct.
Got it.
That's going to miss.
Ugh.
Luckily, you get a second one.
Yep.
Same strike.
Same strike.
Okay.
That's still a miss because 14 doesn't do it.
14 does not do it. Sorry, buddy. Okay, so it's almost like you've got a little bit of intimidation by the new one coming, seeing as how you guys are all a little tired from the first one, and now there's another one coming in. You're like, oh, damn it! You got to make a couple of arrow throws, and they both miss. They
No,
go
that
right.
was with my whip.
Oh, that was with your whip. Okay, so you just didn't have the fatigue for it after coming to from being paralyzed. The poison still remains in effect on you
Luckily, your
too. By the way.
So I didn't take that 5.
Yeah. I don't
No,
know.
that's what has to come
That's
in.
at your turn, yeah.
Yeah.
So just reminding you that poison
That's
is still
not
in
the
effect.
the
I'll
chance
just
to
cast
shake it
it
is
there.
not like an action or anything, is it?
At the beginning of your turn, you're
Next
allowed to
time
do
you
another
increase
saving
it.
throw.
No,
If you
that's
succeed the saving throw, the poison is gone. If you
But does that
fail,
count
then
as
it
like
continues.
Does that count as like my action and stuff?
No.
Okay, it's just I get
It would be like when your turn
it's a
comes.
chance to shake it off.
Yes, it's a chance to shake it off.
Not to
But
break
it's
not
a
to break
strain,
free,
everyone
but shake it
gets.
out. We stay. Is Cal finished?
I'm done.
Cal's
yeah,
finished.
I
What do
attacked
you got,
twice,
Maeve?
failed,
All
so I
right.
moved back.
You
So
moved back? Yeah, you did. Okay, very good.
staying within its reach, I'm gonna waddle my way over to Keth.
You're gonna have to take this poison damage.
Yeah, I'm taking the 5 to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So I'm to 25. And then, ooh, hey. And I'm dropping everything everywhere.
You do the saving throw at the end of your turn. Sorry.
Okay. Cure wounds at a level 3 on Keth. And I don't know what the other one is, so I'll just reroll this one. That's 10 plus 12 plus 7. 19 to heal you. I'm going to move back over where I was, and then as a bonus action, I'm casting Spiritual Weapon.
Mhm.
So I need to roll this with a d8. I believe, correct? Yes. 1d8 plus 7 hit. Natural 20.
Crit mode dangerous. Crit mode dangerous.
It's I believe it's just straight. Oops, spellcasted. So 3 double to 6 plus 7 is 13 damage.
Okay.
And that will end my turn as I find my die. There it is.
Important.
Yes.
Quite.
Plus
Yes,
you have hit points now.
What you got,
Also
Arena?
quite important.
Okay, I took the 10, and I'm gonna move the hex from the dead
You
one to
missed
the
it.
new one.
You passed your turn,
Okay.
so technically you missed it. You
Um,
gotta wait till your next one.
All right.
I reminded you like 3 times on your turn. By
He
the way.
did. That
Well, I
is
was trying to find my die.
But
Sorry.
it's at least halved.
That's true. You're not taking full damage on
Oh
it.
yeah, so that 5 would have only been
No, it was 10.
It
Your
was
That
resistance
was
is 5.
each time
Each
is
turn
10?
is 5
Oh,
for
wait,
you.
Okay.
Each time is 10
That's
for
fine.
her.
No
She
worries.
took it.
All right, so I'm gonna use my wand of magic missiles again. 1 charge, 3 bolts, and the hex is now on this one.
Yep.
So that is 6, 9, 12 damage.
12 from the bolts.
Yep, and then I'm gonna do my saving throw to try to get the poison out of my lungs.
And the hex, the bolt and the hex.
How much was
bolt.
the hex?
3.
3.
On top of.
No, the total
That was
number.
including it.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I did not succeed in shaking
Yeah,
off
when,
the
when you
poison.
guys have multiple things, if we're gonna deal with something that has resistance or immunities
Yeah.
or something, try and separate it for me so I
Okay.
can know what I have to take full, half, or whatever in.
Okay, gotcha.
If it's like an all 4, like when we were fighting the orcs and the trolls, it's all damage was good, so it was fine as a lump
The
sum.
hex was 3 of that.
We got it.
Demons
Thank
are
you.
a little bit different.
Correct. Okay. So with that,
Oh, here we go.
yep, here we go. We're gonna do a
This is gonna hurt.
bite on you,
No.
sir.
No, thank you.
16.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
16 is my armor class.
That's fair. This one is only 2d6 plus 3, though.
Oh, no.
So 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage to you.
Yeah.
And then the Talon is going to swoop back and hit Maeve. Try to, anyways. 8 does not hit.
No.
So that is going to be a hell of a miss. And
That's
then moving on, we have Kath. What are you doing?
Okay. I am going to take my -5 on this attack.
Yep.
That is 20.
20 to hit? Yeah.
Yep. Uh, 24 damage.
Damn it.
Then on my second attack, I'll do the same.
Yep.
Whew, thank God for that. 18.
You roll 1 as your other one?
Yes, I did.
That's what I figured. Oh, toss and die.
And 23 damage.
Jesus Christ. I preferred the 18.
And
Oh, that
then
was your attack
I
bonus.
will use my second wind.
Did you get those per level? Like number of times per level?
1. But he
No,
didn't-
I get 1, but I add my fighter level to how much
Okay.
I heal.
How many you do?
Yeah. But he also withheld doing it on the first rock.
Yes, I did.
He said, oh, no, wait, I'm
Oh,
going to
that's
hold
right.
it.
My bad.
I only know because I made a mental note. Like, that's probably a good idea because you're about to fight another one.
Okay.
Alright, very good. What do you got, Kyle?
Okay. We're gonna cast Snaring Strike again, this time at level 2.
You going to move your Hunter's Mark?
Oh, yeah, 100 mark, we've done him. Alright, here we go.
Thanks, nice voice in the sky.
There we go, that's more
I
like
can only
it.
give you so many reminders.
18
To
to
hit?
attack?
Yes.
Alright, so it's going to take 9 damage, and now it has to make a DC strength check of 15.
I need to make a strength check
Yep,
because of the ensnare.
because of the ensnaring.
How much damage did you do?
9.
9.
Oh, that's right.
I reminded you last time, like last week, but I forgot till now.
Okay. And I'm making a what check?
Strength check.
I can hit.
Alright. I have advantage on saving throws
Rolls it makes for that thing.
against
Or
magical
whatever
effects
you
and
fix.
spells.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
dex or strength or anything
That's
like that.
nice.
Still playing about to roll 2 ones.
Very true, very true. Just want to let you know that I'm rolling 2 dice legally. You said it was a what saving throw?
Strength.
Strength?
Target is 15.
Okay, I have +3 to strength. Advantage is 12, so I have 15.
Damn it.
Yep.
That's
Nice.
exactly what it needed.
Sorry.
Oh well. Alright, and second attack, and I'll take a -5.
Okay.
So pick something.
Crit.
If you're in it.
Damn it.
Mode dangerous. Crit mode dangerous. So what's the rule on that? I rolled this twice, or I double that.
You double your attack.
Yeah, so whatever you roll for your attack, double and then add your modifier.
Yep. Just the dice roll
So
is
you
doubled.
10.
No modifiers.
So 10, 20, 22, 26 damage.
Christ.
That's still with the whip?
No, that's with the arrow.
Oh, you shot an arrow, okay. I was gonna say, damn, that's high for a whip.
Yeah, that's real good. Alright, very good.
When I multi-class with fighter, it will be.
What you got, Maeve?
Alright, so at the start of my turn, I took
5.
5, so down to 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is take a swing with my
My level 7.
Warhammer?
Warhammer. Yep,
Yep.
with advantage.
Right.
Natural 20.
Crit dangerous. Crit mode dangerous.
6, 12,
That's bad.
Wasn't her best.
14
Yeah.
damage. But still with the
We did
magic
not crit mode
weapon
our
because of
group.
chain.
Yeah.
I
And
remember.
then
You're
my
rolling a
bonus
3.
action, I'm going to hit it with my spiritual weapon, which I will have advantage on because it's a melee attack. Yeah, that is not going to hit. It's a 1 and a 2.
That's not gonna
So, and then at the very end of that, I'm going to roll 2 again for the save.
saving throw.
17 and a 16 plus whatever. Was
You
it
got it.
Constitution?
Yeah,
It was
you,
a 420.
yeah, 14 was the base. So
Cool,
as long as
so-
you roll higher than
Yeah.
Yeah, no longer poisoned.
Alright, so you kind of shake it off.
And you get
Shake it off.
And that should
Alright,
do it for me.
Oh,
Alright,
you already get injury. Yeah.
very good. What you got, Arena?
Okay, well, I'm gonna
Take the
take my
poison
10,
damage.
so I'm down to 21.
Okay, let me know if you.
I'm going to move up and hit my rapier with my green flame blade.
You want to
And
move next to Maeve and get advantage?
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what she
Yeah,
when she was
just-
coming
She's
And
up.
that
next
gives
there.
and that gives you sneak attack
Yep.
as well.
So this
Great.
is my green is my hex, and my gold pretty one is my rapier.
God.
Crit mode dangerous. Crit mode dangerous. Finally, everybody else gets one. I haven't gotten one yet.
I'm sorry, internet. I'm sorry.
Why?
You're welcome.
You're
I
very
forget what I
welcome.
did for crit.
Roll
Okay,
your
well,
everything rolled double.
all right.
No,
so
no,
Just,
Just
not
for
every,
weapon
just the
damage.
attack. Just the weapon
Just the
damage
weapon
is
my
double.
sneak attack.
Oh, no, wait.
My sneak attack is
Sneak attack is
double.
double.
Sneak attack is double.
Everything
That's right.
but-
We had
every-
like a full-on discussion about
Yeah.
it.
The
okay,
hex, the
so-
hex does as well.
Sneak attack is 8, so that's 16.
No, just do them all. The hex gets doubled also.
I don't
Oh,
think the
shit.
hex gets doubled.
No, the
'cause
hex
that's a magic
doesn't.
spell.
The hex,
Yeah, it's a spell.
hex does
We're gonna
not.
say no while you look it up, and if it changes, then we'll
I
use it
got
for
you.
future
Don't worry about
reference. But no.
Okay,
spell does not.
so rapier damage is 14, sneak attack was 16, and my hex is 3.
How do you want to kill it?
Yes.
I guess it doesn't
Fuck
matter,
yeah.
but
I wanted to.
Sorry.
It's alright. It can't swing at me again.
I don't know. DM's choice.
All right. So what are
Straight
you doing?
through the heart 'cause
You're
it killed
using
your
green
raven.
flame blade.
Yeah, green flame
All right.
blade.
Roll an athletics for me. Acrobatics. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, 21.
All right, very good. So, you pull your sword out, and you kind of give it a nice little once over, and with that produces this nice flame that gives a bright green glow to it. Words are tough. And with that, you kind of hold it behind you as you start to give a run. You do a little spin, a little roll, and as you come out of it, you give it a nice little pounce, and as you come up in the air, you bring the sword up and you jam it straight down into the shoulder blade of it, right above the wing cuff, and it lets out a scream as it kind of falls backwards as it feels the weight as you come down on it. And just like Keth taking out the first one from the belly up, you take it from the shoulder down, and it falls apart in the same fashion.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand over it and say, "That's for killing my raven, bitch." Oh, and at the end of my turn, now that it fell over dead, I'm gonna roll to see if I can get rid of the poison. Damn it.
which modifier?
Shitty.
What the fuck?
Well,
Just-
what's your con?
2. I rolled an 8.
Okay, yeah, that's
According to the book, it says critical hits are all rolled damage, or all your attack. It says if the attack involves other damage dice, such as from a rogue sneak attack feature, you roll that dice twice as well.
right. That's not magic.
Oh,
It says roll damage
Yeah, you
It
roll.
says to roll the
you
dice
still
twice,
roll, you
not
still roll
to-
the hex. It
on
doesn't-
attack.
It says if the attack involves other damage dice, hex is another damage die.
I think it's a spell.
It's a magic spell.
Because it's a
I mean,
spell,
that's what the
it's
book
different.
says. We probably have to look up hex.
Just
isn't
just
in
the
here,
same
so.
like if you were to do a magic missile. Well, no, because that's an instant.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
don't
say
roll
that's
attack
not a
for that.
good That's not a good reference.
Yeah. Well, we'll just keep pushing through and see what happens.
The book didn't have hex in there because it's.
Plus, it is rolled again instead of doubled, but that's up to you.
But either way,
Good.
That is true. It did say roll the damage dice twice, not double it.
can I take a look? Are there any more flying fox in the air?
You can do a perception on that.
What kind of fucks?
Not very good. 13.
Yeah, you're not a very perceptive.
27. I critted that.
Nice. So, Maeve is just kind of like looking down at the two corpses of these vultures and kind of like looking around, gaining
Yeah, what the
her bearings.
hell?
And in doing so, Kyle just kind of like pops his collar and just kind of cracks his neck, looks around, and doesn't really notice anything else out there.
Alright. Well, then I'm also. You guys mind taking 10 minutes?
Nah.
Because I'm pretty sure you didn't get taken damage. did you?
We need to take like an hour.
No, we just need 10 minutes. How bad are you?
Half.
Roll, pick up
I'm a
arrows.
little
So
over.
you can perceive the area that
Little
just
over
north
half.
of you. There's a nice little alcove if you needed to take a
Let's move
short
to the
rest.
alcove.
They've
Well, what time of day is this?
gnarly fangs.
At this moment, it's mid-afternoon.
Just we can push on. I can just take 10 minutes and do prayer of hearing, which is 2d8 plus my spellcasting modifier healing for everybody.
That's kind of
It's
cool.
one spells against everybody, so you
That's
can
fine.
save your
Yeah.
hit die.
Well,
Uh,
we probably should take a long rest. We should probably stop
Not in the
for
middle of the
night.
day, but it's.
You can take
Let's
a rest in the
mid-
middle of the day.
Yeah, we can take a
That's-
rest. in the middle
But
of
why
the
not
day.
push through till actual night and take a rest then?
Well, what happens if you run into something else?
That's why
And
I'm
here's
feeling.
what I'm thinking too: if we take a long rest now, we can sneak into the keep at night.
Well, I don't think we can long rest without being 24 hours. It's only been like 8 hours.
Didn't you say it was mid-afternoon?
It's mid-afternoon, and you woke up that morning, so you can't do a long rest right now.
You
can't do a long
It's every
rest
24
until-
hours.
Even
Yeah.
after being this
Seriously?
exhausted
Yeah.
from battle and near
You
death.
can take a short
Correct.
rest.
You can take a short rest. That's what the short. You can take 2 short rests a day.
Okay.
That's what those
Okay,
are for.
let's take a short rest and
Yeah.
let
Because
my
otherwise, you know, you can just take rests all day
Yeah.
If
long.
I'm taking a
So
short
are we
rest,
taking
So am
a
I
short
still
rest, or do
taking
you want
poison since these things are gone and we're out all
The
of
short
roll
rest
again?
is
You
gonna
gotta
remove it.
shake it off.
Yeah.
The short rest.
Just
is
take a
gonna
short
remove it.
rest. I'll
Okay.
keep watch.
They're
Okay.
only spores. It's not anything crazy. Now that
Sound
the
like you
initiative is over, the
drank
rest
something
will
that was
get rid of it.
poisonous.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, for the sake of knowledge, you're a cleric. You would know this. They wouldn't. Holy water would also remove the status effect of poison.
Question: they were spores, you said? Could I have
Yes,
done a
they were spores.
reaction to do thaumaturgy, just blow the spores right back at it? Because I can do gusts of wind with it.
You would have to have a successful roll to allow that.
Just
but I mean,
curious.
it would.
I was just thinking.
I would give you a percentage towards your
Okay.
saving throw.
So are we doing a short rest, or am I using
Short
one
rest.
spell to
We'll do
heal us
short
all?
rest.
Okay, never mind that.
All right. So in that little
So
alcove that you guys found, just a little north of you in the rocky ravine, you find a nice little shelter, a nice little shade, and you kind of hunker down to rest for about an hour.
There wouldn't have been anything worth looking on those bodies, would there?
If you want to loot the bodies, you can.
I will loot the
Might
bodies.
as well.
He's gonna loot the bodies.
Who's gonna loot the bodies?
Sure, why the hell not?
Keth?
Not Maeve. Maeve reminds us to loot the bodies.
17.
17. All right. So as you're
Investigation,
looking
right?
at
Perception.
22.
22. Okay. So as you're looking at the vultures.
We're going with his.
Okay. As you're looking over the vultures, you kind of reach down and lift up the wings, and you can see that the feathers start to fall off a little bit. And with that, you can kind of tear off some vulture jerky if you want. But other than that, you're not going to
Man,
get anything from
shit.
these animals.
We cook it. Either way.
These
Alright.
ain't animals, bro.
If you could hand me my Vrock, please. Congrats.
Alright, well,
So
then
we're taking a short rest.
Yep, I'm gonna take 2 hit
I'm gonna do 2 hit die as well.
Because I do my con with each one, right?
Yes, you add your con to
And
your
I'm
hit
gonna
die.
roll one at a time.
me back to
You're good.
max.
Doesn't hit me.
That's right, because you dipped out. You range bastard, you.
Coward!
I didn't say coward, I'd say glass cannon from a distance.
Oh, I'm okay with it.
This motherfucker.
I like being able to walk into a place by myself and just have.
When you do a long rest, you only get, like if I have 5, if I use 3, I'd only get 2 back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna use 2.
Well, that's fine. Like, if you don't use any more health dice, then the next time you do a long rest, you get them back again, you know?
Yeah, but if we need them for whatever, we are
Sure.
about to.
True.
Go into a keep.
Okay?
Okay.
Well, that was interesting.
To say the least.
Fuck were those things?
Killed my raven.
Yeah, and we killed them back.
We're taking a short rest, so if you wanted to spend 10 gold, you could bring whatever back.
It'd take
I
an
also
hour.
use a spell slot though.
Are we taking?
I think.
we're taking
Do you?
an hour.
If I'm
She
doing-
does. She doesn't.
She doesn't get ritual for it?
She's a rogue.
Ah, touche. Never mind then. And arcane tricksters don't get that. Don't have that whatchamacallit.
No.
The
Arcane recovery
yeah.
thing? No. That's only wizards.
It just throws me off because it's arcane recovery, arcane trickster. So
Yeah.
either way, shall we move on then?
Yeah,
So we
we're
take
not-
our rest and
Yeah, you
We're not
successfully
taking
make
a
it through an
long
hour's
before
rest.
that.
then we'll head on.
Okay.
You push on through.
Yep.
Mhm.
I just want to look around the cave real quick. Just
There's no
glance.
cave.
It's an enclave.
Look
It's
down.
an
Look at the map.
Oh, well, you
It's a
said
curvy.
It's a
Well,
cre-
that's not
you
a real
found
word to begin with, so I don't know what it
You
is.
found a shaded area, as you can see.
Touche.
Yeah, there's no cave. You're
All right.
out in the open.
Cool. Never mind.
But you find rocks and sand.
Ooh, I like them. I throw a rock at the DM.
It goes right through them.
It was a dirt mound.
Alright, so you guys make your way through. Continuing on, marching forth. It is now dusk, and as it is, you comfortably come across.
Ouch, my knee.
Not your knee.
Did you just take an arrow to me?
No.
God, this is not Skyrim.
I took a tape.
Did you get married?
You guys make your way to the front of the keep. It's in your horizon. You can see the tops of the castle starting to rise as you get closer and closer. It's getting darker and darker as you get closer, and when you do, you see the candle lights and all the little window slits of the castle start to illuminate, and Cowl, with the superior elven vision, is able to see that there are guards walking along the top of the wall, just as they
Same
were
deal as last
weeks
time.
prior
Right.
when they were here.
Same amount, same number.
Oh yeah, same number. You see,
wow.
you see.
It's probably
three-
been
There's.
It's
at
been a
least
few
a
weeks.
week and a half.
It's been a couple of weeks since you've
Yeah.
been in this cape. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Also, remember, Cowl possesses a map of the keep.
And I know where a secret passage is.
So do I.
I didn't want to say it, but I did know that because you reminded us last time.
So I say we take that to get into the keep.
Okay.
I say we rest.
We can rest. I'd rather go in at night.
I'd rather go in at night, and then we could find a place inside to rest, like Jolly's chambers.
I guarantee someone's already in that.
I guarantee you somebody did too.
So.
It also takes up quite the commotion.
Not
I'm just
the way
saying,
do
I
things.
used 2 level 2s and a level 3.
Do you want to rest first for that then?
I've got 4 first levels, a second, and a third.
I'm okay with that. That gets me my action surge back. So, do we want to camp out or do we want to go?
I say we camp out.
Okay.
I'll keep watch.
Well, you'll start keeping watch.
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
Then let's camp out a safe distance away from the keep.
Any particular area away from the keep? You guys are facing
Which
right
way?
in front of it. They can't see that
Can
you're
we-
there because you're
You
kind
want to go
of.
the water route?
Well,
Or
where's
or is
the-
the secret passage?
The secret passage is on the. Is that the. Yeah, the north side.
So it's on the
north
water side.
wall.
South side.
Oh, it's on the. No,
it's right here.
no. Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's where the secret.
So then we'll go on the
entrance is.
south side.
Okay.
Okay, so
Camp
we're
on
gonna
the
go to
south
where the
side.
secret entrance is that
Yeah.
you know
Close to it, yeah.
that you could have
That you told us about.
Then I
after the
could-
fact.
Well, probably because I went in there first.
Either way.
So yeah, we'll stay a safe distance away, camp out, and get a rest.
Before I sleep, I'm going to.
Do you're familiar?
Yeah. Do you guys think we're gonna need to use it for anything, or can I just do the octopus now?
Go ahead and
I
do
would
the
wait to do the octopus and do the raven.
I was gonna
Or
say,
the
wait,
hawk
save the
I'll do-
octopus
I'll do-
until
yeah.
because you don't
Alright,
really want to
so-
have to carry an
yeah,
octopus around with you.
Well, that's in the
Before-
pocket dimension.
In the pocket
Nope,
dimension.
she's
So,
gotta carry it on her shoulder.
I'm gonna before we
Yeah,
take our
it's on
long
her
rest.
head.
I'm gonna before we take our long rest. I'm gonna take an
Like
hour.
Davy Jones
That would be
just walking
hilarious.
Where are we going with?
Before we take our rest, I'm gonna take an hour and do my hawk. That way.
Costs you 10 gold.
Yep. To the spirits. Toss it up in the air.
That's why I gave her extra gold.
So
Fish face.
now and I'm gonna roll a d4 for its hit points. As 2.
Well, as long as we don't go up against one
Yeah.
of those hawk things again.
Yeah, that's okay.
If it trips over a rock, it's probably going to die.
That's fine.
I mean, familiars
aren't.
aren't supposed to be for combat or anything.
Yeah.
They're for distractions and recon, basically.
Okay. So then now I can rest after that.
Okay. So you guys, just for the sake of argument, you guys are all south of this, and you're right at the top of this little.
Crevasse.
It's a steep decline that leads to another patch of ground before you hit the river itself.
Cool.
And Keth knows that the entrance, the secret entrance to this area, is in the midst of this decline. So, do you guys want to camp out on the top, or do you want to now go down the ravine and rest?
I say we go down. It's easier.
Yeah.
You'd be
Less
you'd be
easy to
closer to the
What time is it right now?
Not only
Night.
that, but we'd be.
Night.
night.
Oh, like,
Night.
It's night.
well, I'm saying like after.
We
will
wouldn't
the
Is
Is
there
sun
a
be
specific
coming?
reason you need to know the exact time of day?
Well, I'm trying to decide if we will there be any nighttime or will it be full day by the time we finish.
It's
resting?
8:43.
It'll probably be early morning. by
Just
the
wondering
time
if
you
there's any
guys-
cover of night trying to get in by the time when we wake up. Is all. I'm
Don't
asking.
worry, I'll take care of it when we wake up.
Yeah, I think you're looking way too much into it.
Okay.
Not really, but all right. I don't care.
I'm
we
cool with
I just
camping
need to
down.
rest.
I think on the bottom will be
Yes.
less likely to be spotted.
Bottom. Okay, everybody roll a dex saving throw to safely make it down.
19.
Out of 10.
But yeah,
No.
you gotta beat a 10. Nice. Perfect. What was yours?
19.
Yeah.
10 exact.
Alright, so you all safely make it down.
I rolled a 3.
You guys kind of like hunker up. Nice. You guys hunker up against the decline because it's a nice little vantage point for you guys to stay out of sight of any of the guards up above. And
You bought.
I want an oatmeal raisin.
and you guys safely make it through the evening.
Yep.
Awesome.
As you awaken 8 hours later, it is now early morning. It is still dark out. The sun has not come up. If we had to give it a time, it would be about 5 in the morning.
I'd like to roll my die to get my charges back on my magic missiles.
Hit my knee.
Okay?
Bless my sword.
Oh,
Oh, well.
I got 3 charges back, so I have 6.
Alright, I'll bless his sword for the +1. And
Yeah.
6
6 for what?
potions.
Oh, you're gonna craft now? Okay.
It's kind of dangerous, but you just had to do it at the beginning of each day, so.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
No, because that takes like
Takes too
takes
much
time.
takes time. No, let's not do that.
Yeah, like, I don't think being outside the castle wall is a good spot to do that.
I also didn't expect us to camp on the wall. That would be like a ways and then move our way up. That's why
You
I was
guys are
asking
in a
about-
nice, safe
That's why I was
little
asking about
spot.
cover of darkness to
save
get
on
up
the
to
peak.
it.
Guys,
Yeah, you're in that little dip right there.
I got you.
guys. All right,
Oh,
it's morning. Give me an
I did
hour.
it all for
Science.
That's why I stopped it.
Science. Science rules.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And before we go in, killing them all. Are we gonna try and save any of them?
Let's improvise. You know.
All right, fair
We'll
enough. Let's do
Kill
it.
some, save some.
I
We'll
mean-
see what
We'll
happens.
play the room.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll play
Sounds
the
like a
room.
plan.
All right.
Keth, where are we going?
Pass without trace. I cast it.
All right,
Nice.
Keth,
Nice.
where are we going?
So we get advantage on all.
You get a plus
No.
10.
No,
We
you
got
get
a
plus
plus
10 to your
10.
stealth.
There you go.
Which is good because you and I are both at
So
disadvantage.
basically means I have to roll nothing. I'd have to roll like a 1.
You still gotta roll.
Still got to roll.
Second roll.
Because what if the save is 15 and you roll a 1, then you're technically not saved.
No, I have +9 to stealth.
God damn it.
Doesn't matter for
I have a plus
Ah,
7.
That's why I was saying it
Okay.
doesn't matter to me.
Alright, so it matters to 2 of these
plus
guys.
2.
Me too. Plus, we're at disadvantage for chainmail.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay? That's true.
All right,
Okay.
Keth, where's this entrance you were telling us about?
I will take him to the entrance.
You guys are at the end.
So we
Also,
should
I pointed out on the keep
Yep.
map.
You guys are all kind of huddled together as you're like putting your hands in "Go team" as you're trying to discuss what's going to happen.
And we
here.
blew our stealth.
Right.
Maeve does not do that.
At the same time, Cowell's got the map out, and you guys are kind of like looking it over like a couple of coaches trying to decide what play is happening next. And you guys happen to be like right out front of where the secret entrance is. Listed on the map,
So-
it's that red little
Yep.
strip.
So before we go in, do we want to go straight for Jolly's room, or do we want to take the tower closest to us?
Take the tower closest to
Tower.
us and then
That's
move
what I'm
our
thinking
ways
too.
around.
I think we should go with what you said last time. If we can get to the barracks and lock it up, they can't get the weapons.
We could do that since it's a little late. I'm okay with that too. We can go.
Yeah, it was close to
We
the
could take the-
stable.
we could
would
take
know
the
our way
tower.
there.
The tower led us right out to is right across the road for the
We can.
barracks.
Yeah, we can at least let Arena sneak up there and lock it up.
No problem.
Lock it up.
Yep.
Lock it up.
Right.
So stealth check?
Yes.
Mhm.
Plus 10.
21.
Oh, I had a crit. And a 14, so 24.
Mine is 19.
19. I rolled a 2.
I am the sneaky,
I also
I'm the
rolled a
sneakiest
2.
one in the group.
But I have +10, +9.
Maeve's like cartwheeling through stuff like
Fucked up.
Plus 17.
You should roll like a 34.
Next stealth check.
Very good. Keth, make a dex saving throw, please.
Because we didn't check for traps.
Probably not. 15.
Shit, son.
Okay, so in the wall you can see that there is a nice cutout, and it hasn't been repaired, it hasn't been fixed, it almost goes unnoticed because it's a little uneven against the terrain at the incline, so it's a very difficult spot to patch, but there's enough of a gap there for you guys to be able to slink through. Maeve especially, being the small dwarf that she is, slinks right through the crack, Arena following, and then Cowell right behind Arena. Keth, on the other hand, has got a bit of a difficult struggle to get through it, being a little bit bigger as a half-orc. So, thank you for succeeding on the saving throw after a couple of minutes of struggling and maybe a little bit of buttering up. You make your way through
Oh, I
the
keep the
little
baby
crack.
oil for
Grace me
specific
up.
reasons.
Alright.
Brace me up, woman.
Alright. So,
Where does that put us? Are we inside or in the
yes,
wall?
you guys are inside now. You're on the opposite side of this little red mark on our map. So straight ahead, and what you notice is you see the water off to your right-hand side, and that's where Cowell had previously
Blew up the dinghy.
blew up the dinghy of which is clearly no longer there.
Who the hell puts explosives on a dinghy? That is on them. That is on them.
How else are you supposed to transport?
We can
We
argue.
can deal with this
we can
later.
argue about
Arena
this
just,
later.
Arena just walks by the water and is like,
No, you don't.
yeah.
Don't you walk by that water.
No, I'm walking and looking at the water and thinking I'm gonna send something down there later.
Don't be getting so close to that water, girl. We're out in
Yeah,
the
she
open.
is. Yeah, we need to stay tight to
I'm
this
not close, I'm looking at it.
Praveen.
Alright, do we want to head up
Eyeballing
these?
it.
Do we want to head up
you
these
want to
steps?
place you guys accordingly so we can.
Well, Keth let us through.
I did not. I was last.
You were last.
You was
Were you?
last.
Yeah,
You were
you
first.
were first because you were little.
'Cause you were the smallest.
Oh, I don't know why I'm going first.
Little girl.
Alright then. Do we want to head up the stairs and head towards the tower we were
There's
talking
guards
about?
up on the wall.
There are guards up on the wall.
Well, either
So we stay. I say we stay tight to this ledge, up these stairs, tight to the buildings and around. I mean, we're
Are-
gonna have to.
the thick squares right here.
Those are doors.
Doors.
That is also the
Barracks.
Barracks.
Barracks. All right, let's
but
do it.
I'm saying instead of having to walk all the way around it, we could come through
Yeah,
to get to the
people
armory.
are sleeping in there.
We're
We're
stealth.
killing them anyway,
Yeah, we're stealth.
Yeah,
and they're sleeping. They don't have their weapons.
I know, but if they wake up while we're in there,
They don't
Then
have their
we'll
weapons.
kill 'em.
Right, we'll have a surprise on them.
that's okay.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
do it. We're stealthing
You-
in.
Well,
We're talking
that's
about
fine.
walking all the way around out in the open just to get around to this door.
I know.
No,
Alright.
let's stealth up and just go.
Okay.
I'll use mage hand to open the door.
Well, we're still gonna stealth our way over there.
Well, we're stealth.
Before we go anywhere, can I look around? Do I see anybody out down by the docks? Because we're fairly visible if someone happens to look our way.
Oh God, we're huge.
Giggity.
It's a 15.
For your perception?
Yes.
Okay, so
Passive is still 17.
Well, you didn't say to do it. I'm the one apparently in front. So as I'm coming through, I'm looking to see if there's anybody nearby.
okay, so as you're all standing out there in that lower portion closer to the water, off to the east, your right-hand side, you still see the giant boat that ships their supply. You can still see that on the dock there are a few soldiers, guards, walking, pacing, doing their rounds. Through the courtyard itself, you don't see very much activity due to the time of morning. Really, all you see about is the guards on patrol for their shifts. Right? You guys make your way up to the stairs,
Those stairs.
and you are right in front of the door that appears to be locked at the moment.
Nudge,
I would
nudge.
like to use mage hand to try to pick the lock.
Okay?
17. What's sleight of hand, right? Plus
Sleight of
9.
hand. Okay, so you can successfully and quietly pick the lock of the door.
Okay.
For traps.
And
Good firearms.
yeah. So it's open.
They don't have a bucket. The bucket's in the
Oh God.
in the stables.
Question is the bucket still there though?
Okay, so doors
Mother
open.
It could be
I'm gonna
anywhere.
slink in.
Mother of gods.
Oh, you're just going right on in?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna stealth up. Natural 20 plus 9.
So she's a ghost.
Plus 10.
How long does your plus 10 work?
For an
So
hour.
is that 39?
Yeah. You're
I'm a 30. I am the wind right
You are
now,
the wind.
and I'm gonna sneak in and place myself.
Girl, you might want to look and see
You're
if
on the
there's
east
people
hand
in
side.
there.
Yeah,
That's the door that you walk in right
yeah,
now.
right here.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm
Straight
gonna
across
sneak
is
in
the
and go
barracks.
straight across, and I'm gonna put my back to this door, right here. So I'm right next to this mofo.
Okay. You realize that I'm gonna have to make you roll a separate stealth check
To
now that
get
you're
into
in the
the
room.
room?
Yes. So please roll stealth, and yes, you still have your plus 10.
Okay, 12 plus 10 plus 9.
31.
Thank you. Okay, so you slink in and you notice that all the lights are off. There are no night lights, so it's complete darkness. You have never been in this room before, so you do not know your way around this room.
Which has
So-
dark vision.
I have dark vision.
And a
Damn
map.
it.
I'm an elf.
And a map.
Right.
Half
And
elf.
we did
And
go
the
over
map.
the map.
That's right. But you don't know the. You don't know the
And actually, my
situation of the room.
Shadowbringer thing makes me like better in the darkness.
Fine. Okay, so you walk into the room.
I'm better in the darkness too.
That's right. None of you are human. That's right. All you can see in the dark. All right. So you walk in and you notice that The barracks itself is full of 9 beds, and in each bed is occupied by a guard that seem to be sleeping ever so sweetly. As you make your way into the middle of the room, you kind of pander around and look around, see your surroundings, and make your way up against the door, which is opposite of your arrival, and you put your back up against it, your hands are up against the door, kind of giving it a feel to notice that this door is also locked.
Good. I want to use Mage Hand to lock the door that we just came in.
We're not
Once
in there.
everybody else.
You're the only one in
Oh,
there.
no one else came in? Oh,
No.
never mind.
No, we
You're
don't know
by
who the hell was
yourself.
in there. You just went running on in.
Well, you're
I'm
damn
gonna
right I
stealth
did.
in.
You're gonna stealth in, okay?
30.
Alright, so Cowell enters in behind
24
Arena.
again.
Okay, are we all coming in?
I gave, yeah.
Stealth up if
Maybe
you're
you
walking
wanna-
in.
Oh, wait. I have disadvantage.
Oh, because of your chain. Fortunately, you still have plus 10 though.
Yeah, it's still the same. I
you're,
rolled better.
You're gonna beat a 15 regardless. of that.
18.
Yeah, as long as you beat 15, you'll be safe.
Alright, I'm gonna come in last, and I'm gonna post up at that door.
Okay.
So, Kath, where do you want to be at?
Fuck, I don't know. By the door's fine with me.
And I find you block it then.
I can
He
definitely.
is the door.
I am the door.
Check that one.
Arena slides the door open and slinks on in, and she kind of meanders her way across the room and goes up against the far end door. Just behind her comes in the rest of the gang, one by one. Who's the last one to enter?
Me.
Keth. Okay, and then as Keth enters, he goes to slowly close the door behind him as he holds the doorknob and releases it ever so
Like
gently.
everybody who tried to sneak out of their parents'
Roll a
house.
sleight of hand for me.
Ooh. 18.
So you successfully close the door behind you without making a peep. Alright, so now all 4 of you are now in the barracks. Early morning, darkness, with 9 occupied beds of sleeping guards.
That means it's auto crits if they're asleep.
What are you doing?
How many can we quietly?
Alright, so
You don't have to whisper, your voice probably
Right,
isn't
I'm-
going to get picked up if you
I'm
whisper.
I'm right next to
Oh, yeah.
this bed.
Go
So
ahead and can you lock the other door real quick?
which one? This one?
Check that one if it's locked. Or try and lock it. With your
Okay, I'm gonna use my mage hand to try to lock this door or see if it's locked.
Fair enough. Sleight of hand.
Do I still get the plus 10 or is that
That's for
That's
stealth.
stealth.
Okay, so that would be a
Nice
12.
try. Okay, I'll tell you what.
You're just checking it if it's locked.
You can sense with your mage hand that the door is locked
Okay.
Cool.
without making a sound.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if they're all
I mean,
sleeping,
we
we
all
could
got silence
we
blade,
we,
all
we could
silent weapons.
pick people and double up and just start massacring because like they're auto crits if they're asleep.
Okay, so I'm next to 2 dudes, so
I mean, in theory, could we just slit their throats?
that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but like I'm sure that would make sound as we start killing them one by one.
I was gonna use my mage hand to muffle his mouth.
Damn, Private Ryan.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
All right, so is that what we want to do?
You guys want to take out
Yeah.
the guards in their sleep?
Yep.
Alright, do me a favor then and position your characters against a bed of your choice that you're going to be.
Let's do the 4 in the back.
I was gonna say let's
4 in
work.
the back.
Yeah, let's not get pincered. I'll go.
You guys
I'll
are
go,
each going to take one bed
I'll
in the
go-
back?
I'll go over to this one.
Can we kill 2 people at once?
No.
Well, then, yeah. Each of us is going to take one in the back. One in the back.
Okay.
Right?
So we got Cowell and Arena on the left hand side, and we got Keth and Maeve on the right hand side.
Sure.
Okay. And you guys want to kill these guys? How do you guys want to kill these
I'm gonna
guys?
pull out my,
Quietly.
I'm gonna pull out my magic dagger. I'm just gonna come up just quickly. Just
Okay. So
Yep.
Right
Hands.
here.
Hands on the mouth. I'll get the long
each of
sword
you
out.
roll a sleight of hand to see
Okay.
how successful you guys can do this.
yikes. I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
Before you do this,
Yeah.
because you don't have to tell me the roll before you do it, go right
Yeah.
ahead, cast guidance.
I probably don't need it. It was a 16 plus 2, 18 plus 1.
18
19.
plus 19 for your
19
sleight of hand?
Yeah, 19 total.
26.
17.
18.
Okay, so
Thank God.
now all of you roll stealth.
Still with the 10. At disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
36.
16.
You lucky motherfucker.
I was 1 over, aren't
You're
I?
So yes, you were 1 over. What did
19.
19? What do you have?
14.
You have 14.
On an 18.
No, I have disadvantage.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
rolled 2.
14.
All right. So
Well, good job, Kev. Let's get this going.
this is
rolled a 2!
I rolled a 2 as well.
okay.
You don't
So-
have disadvantage!
Arena and Cowl over on
I
the
made it
left-hand
this far.
side.
I know, I'm surprised I did too.
Arena comes down with her hand covering the mouth as
Mage hand.
mage
I
hand
did my
covering the
hand
mouth as you're just kind of
Really?
leering over, and you can tell that the person's eyes awaken, and with that, 2 daggers go right into the throat of this person to prevent him from screaming and moving. And Cowl over there,
Rapier into the side.
rapier into the side with a hand over the mouth,
have no
very
weapons.
slowly.
We could probably just kill 4 people though.
Maeve,
Yeah.
how are you killing your guy?
Magic dagger.
I'm just gonna walk up, grab it, and just right to the temple. Just
With what?
my +1 magic dagger.
Oh, that's right. You still have that magic dagger. Okay, so yeah, your hand covers the mouth and right into the temple of the dagger.
I ate that.
I was going
Kath.
to suggest that you stood outside.
Rage monster!
Keth, being the big giant half orc he is,
It's
just
an execution, right? Just no, not.
You chop the bed in half.
tries to grab a hold of the person, but instead of silencing the person wakes up and starts screaming as you twist its neck and kill the guard. But with that scream, the other 5 people in the back of the room awaken
I've died.
in a very startled manner as
That's
they
worse.
peer over and see that 4 of their people have just died. They all get up, and fortunately some of them happen to have a couple of swords beside them.
Of course they did.
Well, luckily we killed half of them.
We went to.
One on
One
each bed.
off.
One on
That's
each bed, please.
Yeah, I was just putting them in numbers.
Yeah,
so
numbers.
Easy.
So, yeah. Okay.
Hey guys, roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Can I tell which ones have swords?
Roll perception. Because this is also in the heat of, oh shit, I can't believe he just woke everybody
Well,
up.
wait a minute. Aren't the lights still off?
The lights are off at the moment.
It's a 10.
Yes, they are for now.
10 for perception.
Yeah, I'm very perceptive.
That is good.
You don't really notice, you just see a scuffle of people getting out of bed and getting
My
ready to
dark
scurry
vision, I
at
can't
you.
see a sword in a hand.
No, because you're not paying attention to that. Your 10 perception notices that everybody's getting out of bed and
My
getting ready to
passive's
fight.
14.
Doesn't matter if you
Yeah,
roll
it doesn't
it.
matter. I was just looking at
You
focus.
can't
That's
fight
fine.
this one.
Oh, initiative.
Yes, everyone roll initiative.
Ooh, that's not
13.
What was your
good.
question?
13. I didn't have a question.
Okay, somebody.
25.
25. 13.
Sarah's dice
8.
are doing good for you, Eric.
I had 10.
10.
We've all crit more in this game than any other time.
I am ahead of you again, Chris.
I don't know how
I
I
am ahead of
managed
you.
to do that.
That it just rolled a bad. These ones are doing good. Just rolled a bad initiative and a bad.
Yeah,
that one
that's worthy
did
of
get
fail.
me through all that stealth stuff though. So
I have 5 guys.
Correct, sir.
Anybody have any burgers and fries?
I almost got that, I almost got
I
that
see
for
what you
dinner
did there.
tonight.
I
had
actually
that-
did have that for dinner.
we had that Sunday. It was fantastic.
Was it? Was it actually fantastic?
It was. It was DoorDash too, so we didn't even have to go get.
Just had to pay extra.
Yep.
Always gotta pay extra.
Everybody pays the price.
So 5 guys with
Burgers and fries.
no 5 guys, only 3
With
have
burgers
weapons,
and
and all the
Three
doors
have
and all the
weapons?
doors are locked.
And they're not wearing armor.
They are not wearing
Oh.
armor.
Nope, they are all asleep. Unless they're like me and they sleep in their armor.
Tony just went shit.
No, Tony just went like they only went to bed like they only had like 20 minutes, so like they're still in their armor, short rest.
Don't worry. They're not like super crazy guys either. So don't worry. You guys are probably gonna mop these fuckers up.
Just the way you kept saying, are you sure you just want to go in and kill everybody?
Well, if you woke up
Everybody at
9
once.
of them simultaneously, that would have
Would
been an
not be
extensive
good.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, at least I got us to get rid of half.
Yeah,
of
you
them
and I
first.
disadvantagedly like went through and got in.
I had to roll a 2 or a 1 to fail that, so
It's all good.
not a high percentage, but it happened. I know.
All right. Very good. So
Do we give
The
them?
dice is
Do we
in
give
jail.
them an option to?
first up is Cowl.
No.
Take the Mark 5.
You're gonna Mark 5, which is in the far end.
Yep.
Closest to the
Using my
door.
bow.
Yep.
First attack. Miss. Second attack.
Much better.
20.
20 hits.
4, 8, 9 damage.
What'd you roll in the first one?
A 1.
Okay. I was gonna say they have no
Thanks,
armor,
Nick.
so.
How much damage?
9.
9 damage, okay.
Nick, someone watching the stream.
Oh,
Thanks, Nick.
thanks, Nick.
Thanks.
Thanks, Nick.
Alright.
Alright, and it's first round, third attack.
We do have a few viewers.
I know, I kind of forgot about that, but I
Hi,
appreciate them.
viewers.
19. Do I need to add the plus 9?
To hit.
No. 19 hits.
Okay. 9 damage on that one as well.
Damn, son. Alright. Very good. So a couple arrows come flying through the air. I'm up next. My number 2 man right there on the left-hand side, he's going to light a couple of candles in the area just to kind of give the
So you
room a
can see.
nice little glow. That's his turn. Our number 1 guy happens to have a sword, and he's going to charge straight for the person in front of him, which happens to be Arena. He's got a long sword, and he's going to swing with 16.
16 hits. I'm gonna use my uncanny dodge to half the damage.
You suck.
You do that every round.
Yep. Alright, it's a 1d8. Which only rolled a 1, plus 2 is 3 slashing against you.
So half of that.
So one.
One.
So 2, 1.
It depends what the DM.
Yeah. What do you
If he
want?
rounds up or down.
Do you want me to
for
take
damage.
1 or 2? Because I take half that because it was dodge. So what's half? Would you like?
Do you round
Roll a
up?
20. If it's odd,
2. It's even.
then you'll succeed that, so you'll take 1 damage.
Okay.
Okay. My number 3 guy is going to get out of bed. He doesn't have a sword on him or anything, so he has to do a hand-to-hand combat. And
Well, let's see how that goes.
I know, he's going right up against you, Kev.
Well, to be fair, the lights aren't on, so.
Well, he lit some
The-
candles.
Number
Yeah.
2 lit a candle, so there is an iridescent glow in the room. He
they
can
are
only
humans.
see as he comes up to
finally
you,
realized- oh,
ready to
shit.
ready to be hand to hand. As he approaches you and gets closer, you start to come in vision, and with that, he looks up and up and up until he realizes
He made a terrible mistake.
it's at this moment he realized he fucked up. He's got no weapon on him, and he goes to swing at you, but he doesn't even have the strength.
He grabs
in
a
him to,
pillow.
Yeah, he's just kind of standing there, scared stiff. The guy, number 4, he gets out of bed and he starts running into the center. He's going to move up and he's going to go after Arena.
Is he armed or unarmed?
He is armed.
Uh-oh.
Why is it coming after me?
Well,
You're a lot
he
less
is
intimidating than I
not
am.
going to hit you with the 6, so
Oh,
you
you're right,
can
he's
at
not.
least sleep soundly tonight knowing you're not going to get hit by him.
And what's 5 doing?
5 is recovering from the shock of getting a couple of arrows into him, so he's still hanging out at the edge of his bed.
You need to put the
Up
2
next,
back down.
Arena.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the green flame over my rapier and attack number 1.
Yep. If only we had some sort of like AoE.
Where's the mage when you need him?
I know, right?
Mirage?
13.
13 hits.
Okay.
Mage.
You're funny.
So he's gonna take 6 damage, but number 4 is gonna take 5 fire damage.
Well done.
Well done.
And then I'm gonna use my action to disengage them and move over here.
Okay,
Oh.
that's fine. Alright, up next.
Well, that would do damage on me.
That would be me.
Yep.
Is it bonus action beforehand? Can I just kind of not yell out, but speak loudly enough that they can hear me? I'd be like, y'all could just throw down your weapons and give up now, or we'll kill y'all.
Roll intimidation.
12.
Alright, so as you say it, it
It's
falls
adorable.
short, and the only people that hear it are the 2 right up in front, and nobody else in the room hears what you say.
Fair enough.
Maeve, nice try. I'm next to her. I can hear her.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so
You got a nice little chill go up your spine, like, ooh, if only everybody else heard that.
I'm going to cast Toll the Dead at number 5 who took damage. It's a cantrip.
Yep.
I forget what that is. It's a wisdom save for you to roll. You gotta beat a 15. Wisdom.
D10.
I rolled a natural 17.
Okay, nothing happens there.
My wisdom is +0.
That's fine. And then I'm going to move up. There.
You gonna flank him?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. Very good. Keth?
All right. He's flanked.
Yeah. You have advantage there, sir.
I'll take a -5 then.
All right.
The guy.
Poor g- Oh,
Oh.
God.
Double crit.
You're
This is an instant death. You don't even need to roll damage for that. How do you want to kill this man?
Lop his head right off.
Okay.
Sweet.
And
So
then punt it at the other
I'll
two.
move up to 4. As a bonus action, I'll take a swing at him. I'll take a -5.
I was gonna say you don't get 2 there, big guy.
No, I don't.
not anymore. What number did we just kill? Number 3.
3.
Yes, 3 is dead.
Dude, he had 30 health, by the way. That was instant kill. 12 damage or 12 to hit?
Hit to hit.
12 hits.
They have no armor, man.
They're not wearing
The
armor.
human.
They are human.
Barely have pants on.
It's true, they do barely have pants on.
They are kind of dressed in little jammies.
T damage.
But they have like, yeah, alright, 20 damage.
Yeah.
You suck.
Is he dead too?
No, he's not dead, but he's bleeding profusely.
Alright, I'll take my extra attack for the turn.
Alright.
Oh, for the crit.
I'll just take a regular attack. That is 18.
Yeah, that hits.
16 more damage.
Alright, so, as Maeve comes in to flank the man at the front door, you pick up your sword and you give it a nice little twirl, and with that twirl, you lop the head right off of the sleeping man. And then, as the head is falling down, you lift up and you look over and you see the man directly across, and you come running in, and with that, you give a swing, and then you swing the sword around and you impale him right into the chest as he falls to the ground. He's also dead.
I've never done that before. That was
Double
fucking
crits, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
I haven't either.
So if you get a double crit, you get an instant kill if it's within reason.
Dragon.
Jesus.
Double
Double
crit.
crit.
Dragon.
Within reason.
Well, I know people do that roll where it's if you crit, you roll again, then if you crit, you roll again, and if you crit a third time, it's instant kill no matter what it is.
Be happy that I gave you an instant kill off of a double
I'm
crit.
definitely okay with an instant kill.
Alright. What you got? Up
Cowl.
next is Cowl.
Number 5. He's got an arrow coming its way.
Yep.
20.
Yeah, that hits.
9. 17 damage.
Okay.
That's his 3rd arrow.
Wasn't enough to kill it though, unfortunately. But he has dropped to both of his knees because he kind of can't control himself, so he's in the prone position as of now as he covers his wounds in the corner.
Oh, he's prone now?
Now he's prone.
I'm moving my mark over to 2 and firing an arrow at it. Because I get disadvantage because he's prone.
Yeah.
Can you move
Range
a
is
Can you move a
disadvantage.
mark unless they're dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can move it. You can move it whenever you want.
Are you sure?
The spell you can, the hex you can't. They have to die on the hex.
Yeah, but I thought it was the same.
I'll look it up, Eric. What do you think?
Yeah, go ahead and keep
Oh,
attacking.
you were right there. Never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I'm
on
right
it.
here.
If he's got it, then.
You choose a creature you see within range and mystically mark it as your glory until the spell ends. You deal 1 extra d6 to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon. And you have advantage on any wisdom, or perception, or survival checks.
Yeah.
If
And
the target
it
drops to 0 before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a separate
Oh, it
turn.
does have
So
to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
die.
it has to
Has to
stay
die.
on him. You
Right.
can't move it unless it dies.
Might as well try. Your plus is high enough.
Yeah.
Might as well try and hit him.
Yeah, you might as you're probably going to end up killing it.
I mean, you have disadvantage, but. Yikes.
13.
13 hits.
12 hit him, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're not wearing
That's
armor, so they're 12.
10 damage.
To our number 5 guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that will actually kill him. So as he's down, kind of covering his wounds in his prone position, one more arrow comes flying in, and as he lifts his head up, it goes right in between his eyes, and he falls backwards. So now on your next turn, your bonus action can move the hunter's mark.
Since he's D-E-D.
Is that how you spell that?
Yeah.
Okay. My number 1 guy is going to take a swing at you. He's got a sword.
Bring it.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not much damage. 1d8 plus. Oh Jesus God. 1 plus 2.
He just hugged you really hard.
Yeah. These guys are all in their pajamas at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Sorry.
You
Right.
should have stayed in
Number
bed.
2.
Right. Our number 2 is going to hop off of the end of his bed and move up on the back end of Keth there and make a swing. He does not have a weapon on him though, so he is also hand to hand.
But he still has
Pugilist.
advantage.
Yes, he does.
He's gonna brush your back for 4.
Thank God I do because I rolled a no on that first one. 19 plus my whatever is going to hit you.
Yeah.
And
He's gonna
then
give you a
this
back
is,
rub.
this is hand to hand, unfortunately, which you're only going to take 3 damage.
Kidney
Yeah.
punch.
He's just like,
He tried to bitch slap
Cute
you.
ogre.
Yeah, you giant half orc.
Ow. That
Nah.
hurt.
What you got, Arena?
Alright, I'm gonna hop up here on the bed next to this one and flank with Keth. And
Go
I'm
after number
gonna
1.
yeah, and I'm gonna hit it with my rapier again. Does that give me sneak attack? Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
sneak attack
And advantage.
advantage.
Yeah. So 14 plus 7 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 8 and 14, 18 damage.
Okay.
Hex, anyone?
No, I haven't used
No
it.
hex.
Save it.
Fair enough.
Alright, very good.
It only lasts an hour. I'm gonna save it for bigger.
No worries.
What you got, Maeve?
Okay. Again with the bonus action. Seriously, guys. Just stop it. You've killed everybody else.
Roll intimidation again, please.
20 total.
Damn. Okay.
Everyone heard it that time.
Yeah, everybody heard it. This loud, booming, deep voice that doesn't sound like Maeve at all. In fact, Maeve uses some of her clerical magic to kind of help produce this noise.
Thaumaturgy is not a bonus action.
No, it's not, but at least with your roll, I'm letting
My
you have a
holy-
little bit
my
of
holy
something
lungs.
to it. And with that, our 2 guards left both kind of just wide-eyed stop for a minute and turn, almost as if they heard a ghost or something appear from them
Damn
behind, and they kind of just pause in their tracks, and they both kind of look at each other, and they look at Keth right in front. They just kind of stand there.
They don't give up, they just freeze.
Yeah, they pretty much just freeze.
If they're not giving up, then fuck
What are
them.
you gonna do?
Coming up behind 2 to flank. I'm gonna
Okay.
take my advantage and I'm gonna bash him with a warhammer.
Okay.
I give you the rubber right for not, Jeff.
It's definitely enough to stop them.
24 to hit
Yeah.
for 10 damage.
On our number 2.
On number 2.
Okay. Very good. So
And I'm just shaking my head like, fucking dumbasses.
you're like, forget it, and you pick up your warhammer.
If you
and
give,
put it
if you
up
give
over your
up, you
shoulder.
can stay in our keep once we kill everyone else.
You
But
come
fuck 'em.
running through, and you give it a nice little croquet to the leg, and you kind of knock him down
Knee.
right into the back of the knee.
Yep.
All right, what you
I mean,
got?
I'm trying, guys. I'm not trying. I'm not just straight murdering everyone, but
Not yet, Keth.
I'll take a -5 to attack number 1.
Okay.
Crit mode dangerous.
we've critted
Crit
a lot
mode
tonight.
dangerous.
I've had 3.
I've had one, but at least I've had one.
Do you even want
I've
me
had
to
a
roll
couple.
damage?
For number 1, how do you want to kill it?
Sword right in the top of the head.
All right. So as Maeve lets out this billowing warning to the 2, they both stop and freeze in their tracks, and they both put their attention on Maeve. Maeve comes running in and gives the nice little whack to the back of the knee, and in doing so, the attention is now on our number 2 warrior. And as that happens, Keth just kind of shakes his head, grabs his sword, and kebabs the top of the head of number 1. Dead.
As my bonus action for killing a creature, I'll swing on number 2. Take my -5. That is 22.
22 hits.
That's 5.
Oh yeah, -5. Sorry.
17.
17 hits.
I was gonna say roll with the D4.
I know. That is 24 damage.
How do you want to kill this one?
How do you want to kill this one?
Oh, right in the gut. Spill them all.
So as you kebab the first one, he kind of, as the life is leaving his body, he starts to fall down your blade. As your blade is stationary, he starts to slip down it, and then once he's finally free of it, you spin the blade around and you spin backwards, and in doing so, you slice the other man right in half. You've slaughtered the room.
I'll go blow out the candle.
That's not nice.
I'm gonna move over to this chest over here that's next to this bed, and I'm gonna loot it.
Those are just foot lockers.
Yeah, we
So
can.
there's stuff in there.
We can also do that after
We can do that
kill
with
everybody.
Yeah.
Take
But I
all
was-
I
my
mean, if
stuff.
that's what you want to
No,
do,
you
then
do
do
you.
it.
Sleight of hand 19.
Okay, so as you
Rogue's got a rogue.
Right, so Orena and Cowl are both up in the corner of this room because that's where the candle was lit, and Cowl blows out the candle as Orena lifts open the chest, and inside she sees that it is in fact a footlocker that's covered with a bunch of boots and clothing, but nothing that really looks of any value other than if you wanted to look like a guard.
That'd be really good for sneaking around this keep.
Wait, what is it? I wasn't paying.
That's all their
It's
clothes.
a guard costume.
Oh yeah, we can try and put them on.
You think there's one for your size or mine?
We'll find out.
I can modify it for you.
Quickly though.
As they're doing this, I'm gonna start dragging the
Tuck
dead
it in the
bodies.
boots.
Time out.
Where?
They've seen me around before.
That's
In
true.
a guard outfit or not.
Yeah.
That's true.
Anyone who's seen you the previous time would recognize you. I'm gonna start dragging the bodies. Arena, can you? I want to try and drag them into this room, lock
Oh,
them
yeah.
in the barracks room.
I'll use.
So if people come
my
into the
mage
barracks,
hand to
they're
unlock
not gonna
that
see a bunch
door.
of dead
Sleight of
bodies.
the hand.
That's a 6 plus 9.
Okay, so you successfully unlock the door.
Okay.
Do you want to roll stealth too?
Yeah,
See
I'll
how quietly you can unlock
Yeah,
this
I'll-
door.
I'll-
you don't
I'll-
know what's on the other side. You
You're
just know it's a barracks, an armory.
14.
Okay.
Just pass without trace.
Oh,
in an hour.
if we still have that, then it would be 24.
Uh huh. Okay. So you successfully unlock
Actually-
the door quietly.
Is pass without trace concentration?
I didn't hit.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I didn't hit him.
Nobody casts Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's
what I
mark
said.
is concentration.
So
Yeah, you would have lost. You would have lost that one.
Last-
Yep,
lost
you're
pass
absolutely
without
right.
trace.
So pass without trace is now gone.
Okay.
So 14, you still do it.
Maeve
It's only a
giveth,
10.
Maeve
Okay.
taketh away.
Okay.
Good call.
We still have probably
Yep,
taken
still
out a
concentration.
fourth of the
Yep.
people. in
Yeah.
this place.
I wasn't thinking because I
just-
didn't hit him. Yeah.
So,
But you're
I'm
right.
sorry.
Only one at a time.
So, was there anyone in there? I'm sorry. Or have we got that far?
You haven't opened the door. You just
Okay.
unlocked
Okay,
it.
I'll use mage
without
hand to
making
open
it.
the door.
Okay. As the door swings open, you can see through that it's completely dark in this room. There's no lights, but fortunately you can see in the dark. And in doing so, you don't notice any bodies in this room, but you do see a bunch of weapons, shields, quivers,
Okay.
arrows.
I'm gonna restock my arrows.
I'm gonna start dragging the
Go
bodies
ahead.
into this room.
And
Just
I'll
Roll
help.
strength.
That's right. Hey, Kath, you want to help me move these bodies in real
I'll
quick?
help move bodies too.
Everybody
Natural
strength
20.
that wants to move bodies. Wow.
Maeve's on a mission. She's like two at
She's
a
got
time.
two
Just
at a
like,
time.
let's go.
10.
16.
All right, so Cal is kind of struggling, but
I'm holding the
Kath
feet.
Well, you're also stocking up on arrows, so you're
Yeah.
not really paying attention to the bodies. So
Yeah.
collectively,
Could you check the other door too, just to make sure?
Yeah, I'll use mage hand to
Just
check
a-
the far door.
Just want to make sure it's locked and barricaded.
locked.
Yeah.
17.
I'll
We
pile the
have
bodies
all
up.
these bodies to
I was gonna say
barricade
the-
the door with.
Barricade them
Sure.
with the bodies there.
Okay.
is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
Well, you can determine that the door is locked firmly.
Okay. So
Cool.
I'll watch them
So I'll
continue
just
to move the
chucking
bodies.
bodies
Can
in
I
front
have
of it to
your
like.
Oh yeah.
Maeve's cleric unholy strength.
I'm
has been summoned.
Tetrising the door right now, like folding them up and over.
Like, I'm impressed by all this. Like, I should be horrified, but
In fact, I'll give you an inspiration for doing that.
That means I can re-roll something at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
It goes above your on the left-hand side.
there it is. Yes.
You can only have a max of one.
I knew there was
You
a
may
spot. I
have-
couldn't remember where.
You may have inspiration for stacking the bodies in front of the door. That is very clever.
All right.
Okay.
Shall we move on then?
Let's move. We're gonna have to go out this door and around.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, where do we want to go?
I was gonna say the last time we were in here and Cal
It's the
checked.
showers.
This was like showers and kitchen, or no, this was shitters. That's right.
Yeah.
This
it's
is
a
showers.
bathhouse.
So do we want to try and take out the tower over there, or do we just want to go to the main room and fuck them up there? How do you guys want to do it?
We could also go to the chapel and see if anyone's there.
Or I could,
Yeah, your hawk's still flying around outside, isn't
no,
it?
my hawk's in the pocket dimension. I could pull her out, get inside of her, and check around.
A hawk flying out of this building is going to be kind of suspicious.
But she can
No,
like
I
shoot
could,
it out of
like-
this window.
Yeah, I could
There are
like,
windows.
yeah. All right, so
Still.
I'm gonna sit Indian style. There's birds. It's a bird. It'll be fine. I'm gonna sit down
Well,
Indian style,
if they want to try and funnel in here, we'll kill them too.
and I'll send the hawk up above to circle to see how many people are in our vicinity.
Alright, do a specific stealth check for that, while I'm going to separately throw a perception. What did you roll?
A 12
Plus
total.
Plus your...
12
Oh,
total.
total.
Nope, that's
Oh.
total.
Ooh,
That was
okay.
a low roll.
I have a 15 perception.
So they're gonna see
So
that hawk
as
come
your
out.
hawk comes out,
Let's do it, guys.
you get a nice overview of the area. However, the guards over by the boat happen to be turning as they start to make their way to the center, as they typically do before they cross paths, and that's kind of on their route. And as they're crossing paths, one of them happens to be turning and sees your hawk fly out of a window as it goes into the air, which is suspicious enough, but doesn't immediately act upon it. So your raven is up in the air, hawk is up in the
Your
air,
bird.
giving a nice little overview. Roll a perception, please.
Tell it to fly away and not come back.
15, and it has +4 to perception. It has keen sight.
19.
Advantage on. Oh, I get advantage on that.
No, no,
On a
might as
check-
well
on a
roll.
check made with
Yeah.
wisdom.
Yeah,
I'll
19.
take, I'll take that. 19.
Okay. So as it's up in the air, you can see, because it's straight ahead that those two guards are there, that you perceive that the one guard sees you come out.
Okay.
So you're at least aware of that now. So as you're up in the air and you're looking around, you don't see anybody walking around the courtyard at this moment, but
Okay.
you do see over by the front gate that there is like a little gaggle on the inside,
Right, front gate is there, yeah.
right here. Where my mic. Where
Oh,
my
where
Okay.
we were
Like,
hiding
right-
last time.
Yeah.
Right. Between the stable and the front gate, you'll see that there's a small gathering of guards that
Okay.
are just kind of hanging out there. You don't know what they're doing. They could be doing their shift change. They could be conversing about something entirely irrelevant. Doesn't matter. But you see that there's a small gaggle of them.
Okay.
You notice that around each of the walls, you see the guards making their pacing moments, and that's really about all that you see going around. So all in all, you see 2 on each wall. That's a total of 8.
8.
And then you see, let's say, 5. At
Well,
the
we
very
kind of have
front
a
there.
beeline for the chapel. If we're coming out of here, you can kind of just like go up these stairs or go through right
The
through that door.
chapel
Actually,
or
the chapel, yeah.
Or the main key.
All right, so I'm
Which
going
one do you want to go for?
to. Hold on, I want to make sure I'm allowed to do this.
So if they're up here, there's no door, no stairs here. They have to come down around to get down to here if we took them out. But there are hard people up there that could come down.
I say, I think
You,
we should.
you just beeline for the people we can get to?
I say beeline to the chapel.
Chapel? I'm down. I don't care.
I'd almost rather go beeline to the keep, because then there's doors we can get up onto the walls with.
Which one over here?
No, the keep.
Here.
Yeah.
Well, this whole thing's a key.
Well, the main
Okay.
building.
I got you. What do you want to do?
I'm trying to think of how I can carefully get it back in without someone noticing it.
Can't you just goof it out?
Am I allowed to? Can I just make it disappear?
I don't know what the distance is for making
The
it. like, go
distance is
backwards.
100 feet for you to be able to use it effectively.
Right.
So as you regain consciousness, you can snap your fingers and have it disappear. It doesn't have to be within 5 feet of you. As long as it's within the 100 feet, you can completely control what it
Okay, well
does.
then that's what I'm gonna come out of it, and I'm gonna have it kind of do a dive like it's gonna go land somewhere, but disappear as it would hit the ground.
After you snap your fingers,
Yeah.
turns to dust.
Oh.
I don't want to go.
Dad.
Okay.
I think that part hurts more.
Yeah.
All right, so chapel,
Chapel.
or do you want to beeline for these people outside and then make our way up the?
Gonna kill some people.
So basically, we kind of have like 3 options: kill
Yep.
the gaggle, move up into here, and go about our business. Run over here, take them out here, slash over here, or we could come out this door and make our way like around, away from the group of people, clear out who we can, and then come back around.
My vote's to the main hall.
Sounds good.
I think it's strategically better just
Alright.
because of the fact
Let's do
that
it. So
we
we're
can't
going
get
to
Yep.
here.
bottleneck.
Yep.
So I'm guessing we come out this door
Yep.
and just make a break.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Stealth checks.
Stealth it up.
No. Oh, that's disadvantage.
Plus 10.
Disadvantage.
23.
4.
27.
20. Woo! Rolled 19 and
I'm
8.
really pumped about that.
I am really pumped about that. Oh, it's the. I don't know why I grabbed that.
Okay.
thing.
Hey guys,
Which one was the
we're not
other?
stealthy at all.
I know.
No.
That's- this-
We're stealthy. You're fucked.
This is a team effort, so
Well, I critted.
Okay.
lock the door behind us when we come out.
Alright, so as I'm the last one out, I'll use the mage hand to lock the door to the barracks where we just killed all those fucking people. And that is a 14. to lock
We haven't
the
got
door.
out the building yet.
What's
Well, it's good to know because now I can illustrate it. So you guys want to head to the Great Hall?
Yep.
Yep.
yeah, that's
All right. So you guys pop your head out the door swiftly and safely. One by one. It's not very far. In fact, it's only 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet north to the Great Hall from the barracks of where you're at. And as you move in a line, as stealthily and swiftly as you are, Arena's the last one because she's going to take care of the lock, and in which case she successfully locks the door behind her. But as you're all walking, Maeve
Is making noise.
is making noise. All you hear
Go
is
to the chapel and run.
you hear as did I knock something?
I think
You threw a die.
a
Yeah,
dice
you
came
threw a
out
Oh,
and
fell out
landed.
of the bag.
Yeah.
That's cute.
You're good.
Maeve starts making noise, and as you guys make your way up to the door, you are now smack dab in the middle of the chapel and the Great Hall.
Okay.
All right, we're going lefty,
Yep.
All right.
my dear.
I'll use mage hand to check the door for lock. 14.
You notice that the door is locked. You're gonna try and lockpick it.
I'm gonna try and lockpick it. It's math.
23.
23.
Okay. So you can successfully undo the lock.
Okay.
Roll stealth separately.
19 plus 9.
Okay. 28. So you don't make a sound while you're doing it. You're not raising any suspicion as you're doing so.
Okay.
Passively, Cowl notices that on the wall straight ahead, because right in front of you are the flight of stairs that lead up to the northern wall. Passively, the Cowl notices that as their shift continues, they start to meet into the center. The one that's walking to the east doesn't notice anything because you're to its back, but the one walking to the west to
Sees it.
intersect looks down and sees that you're all standing in a little group as Orena is successfully unlocking the door.
Put him down. Put him down. God damn it, put him down!
Does he say anything, or he just sees us?
He sees you.
Do we see him, or is it just Cal does?
Passively, Cowl does. So
Yep.
you guys don't
That's
know
good.
what's going
Yeah,
on.
I don't know. That's why I'm
So
sitting here
I'm
waiting.
I'm pulling an arrow and I'm shooting.
All right.
21.
21 would hit our guy. Yes, absolutely.
I'm going up the stairs.
And that's 11.
11 damage.
You said one guy or two guys?
There are two guys up on the wall. One of them sees it, so Cowl
So wait,
locks
there's one
in
going opposite ways, or there's two and two?
just like that.
Okay. One's going away, one's coming
Yeah,
back.
they
Okay.
just keep walking
I thought
back
they were in
and
pairs.
forth.
Sorry.
No, they're not in pairs. It's just one each. This is early morning, like before
Gotcha.
8 a.m., so it's really low. But once the day begins, that's when they start doubling up. But you don't have to worry about any of that right now.
Say that ain't happening anymore.
Gotcha.
14. How much damage did you do to it?
11.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, the one that can see me.
Right. Alright, so you lock an arrow and you let it fly, and as it goes up into the air, you get him right in the jugular. In this case, he kind of slumps down, and as he slumps down, the other guard that's like walking towards him sees this happen, and he kind of freaks out, and he runs up to him into his aid and kind of covers up the wound, and he's trying to hold him as he's looking around, and he starts yelling, "Help! Help!"
Wait, I thought his back was turned to us.
His back is turned to you. He's screaming help because he sees an arrow go into his buddy.
He turned around, like he
He's-
went
he's
down and
holding-
turned around. These
No,
are
no, I know, but I thought his back was turned when he was walking the other way.
If you look right here, number 2, which is on the
Right.
right-hand side,
Yeah.
that's the one that's walking towards you guys that saw, so he
saw
shot
the
number
guy.
2. Number 1, whose back is to you, is the one who doesn't notice you, runs up to our second guy, covers his wounds, and screams for help.
Yeah, I had that backwards.
yeah, I
That's
did
why-
too. But either way, let's kill
It's
him.
okay.
Okay, so number 1 is screaming for help as 2 starts bleeding
Is
out.
it initiative, or do I get to attack one?
You can attack one, because right
At this
now
point, I
everything-
realized he just shot at someone.
Yeah, now you guys passively see that an arrow has been...
Do I have advantage on this
You
attack?
can have advantage on this, yes, because number 1 doesn't know you exist.
I'm gonna take the -5.
Okay?
11, right? Or no, 12.
Yeah, I'm 12.
12 to hit?
Yeah.
12 does not hit.
Okay, I saw that Cal shot an arrow, so I'm gonna shoot an arrow at the guy screaming.
You also have advantage.
And sneak attack. So, 17,
And sneak
24.
attack.
So he's gonna take 9, 10, 11, 12, 16 damage.
Okay.
So the screaming one was dead.
Yeah, so as number 1 is holding the wounds of number 2, screaming for help, an arrow comes flying through the darkness and hits him right in the side of the throat, and also silences him, and they kind of fall into each other, and now they're kind of like teepeeing perpendicular to each other almost as they're leaning into each other. Their weight is what's holding them up into a teepee.
Wait, has
But
number
he is
2 been
not
hit, or
dead.
has it all been number 1?
Two is the
Number
first.
2 was hit by him,
Yep.
and number 1 was hit by me. So someone go over and push them over the balcony.
Are they? They're
Get
almost
around-
dead. Are they
get
dead or
around.
no?
Yeah, number 1
That
is dead,
impact
number
would kill
2
him.
is bleeding profusely.
Probably. Yeah, I'll run up to him and throw them, at least one of them off the side of
Kill the other one real quick.
Okay.
The fall's gonna kill.
fall.
Yeah.
So,
might scream
Keth
over
takes the initiative to run up the stairs charging. Just roll a strength throw for me, please.
22.
Okay. So as you come running up the stairs charging at them, they don't notice you're there. One of them is dead and the other one is bleeding profusely. He doesn't even notice anything. And as you do, you kind of shoulder chuck them, and with that, they go toppling over the wall and they land flat on the other side.
Alright, and I will try and make my way back down the stairs
Roll
as quickly
stealth.
as possible. And quickly.
Can I roll perception to see if I hear anything on the other side of this door? Since I'm
Yes, you
standing
can.
there? I rolled
17!
an 18.
Okay. And what?
17!
17? Okay, so you run back down swiftly, and as you start running back down, Maeve at the front door starts hearing a commotion as you hear click, click, click. The door starts to lock itself, unlock itself, almost as if they don't realize that it was
So they're trying
unlocked.
to unlock it, but it's already
They're trying to
unlocked.
unlock it, so they end up locking it, and they try to open the door, and it just doesn't move. So there's like a nice couple of seconds here for you guys to react before this door
Run
comes
into the
swinging
chapel.
open.
Run the
Run to
chapel.
the chapel.
Run the chapel.
Why don't we just take him out?
Run into the chapel.
I'm gonna run into the chapel.
All right.
Confusion.
All right.
Yep, I'm in the chapel too.
You guys gotta check the door.
That's. I'd rather get the surprise on him.
Well, as of right now, a surprise would just negate itself when this door comes wide open.
Right, you're not gonna get a surprise.
Both of you
because
would
they're
be
gonna see
surprised.
it.
No, I-
yeah.
Well, no, I just heard them. I could kick the door open and surprise them.
Well,
Do the doors open in or out?
doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
It's a double
It
swinging
matters
door
to
then.
me.
It's a double swinging door then. It goes both ways.
Okay.
Like a bisexual.
Hey.
But I'm saying is if they get to
I
the
wanted to
door,
know because
then
I
there's
was
no
gonna- I
surprise.
was
If
gonna
you kick the
corner
door in
the door.
on them, then yeah, you absolutely have a surprise on them.
I
Absolutely.
kicked the door in.
All right, go ahead and roll a strength.
17.
Okay. Wow. From the little dwarf, I love it. So as you hear the clicks on the other side of the door, they try to unlock it, but in doing so, they lock the door mistakenly. The door kind of jiggles, and they're a little confused as to what's going on. So they unlock it again, and just as that other click happens, Maeve lifts up her foot and stomps the door in as the door comes swinging wide open.
As soon as that happens, I cast Thaumaturgy on myself. Not too loud to like everyone, but enough for like the people right inside that door. I was like, "This keep is ours. Throw down your weapons. We'll let you live."
Is that all you do with it?
Well, I really can't get an attack in because I don't know who.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
attack, but is that the
Yeah,
only effect you're doing?
Yeah, I'm just giving them the option to.
He's making sure that
You're like
the
booming
voice
your
is-
voice.
Yeah.
That's
At
what you're
least for
doing
like
with it.
the immediate area here. I don't want like obviously the
Within like a
courtyard.
20-foot
Yeah, just like
proximity.
the people who are
Yeah,
right
but
there.
you're using thermaturgy
like, give it a
to
little oomph.
boom your
Yeah.
voice is what you're
Little
doing.
Oomph, yeah.
Cone effect.
Got
Yeah.
it. All right. So as you lift your leg and you put all your force against the door comes swinging wide open as you scream this billowing demonic warning into the room ahead of you. As
Demonic?
well, you're gonna have
Yeah.
you got some flavor to this.
Okay.
The guards on the other side fall backwards as the door swings into them, and they kind of fall onto themselves. They're prone on each other, and with this billowing sound, the door comes swinging open. They see everybody else standing behind the silhouette of you. What are you doing?
It was falling.
Oh, okay. Well then, in that case, let's move it back to you guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
Camera issues. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, and they both kind of, as they're prone on the other side of the door, they kind of like look up at each other. They look through the door, and they have this like deathly look on their face, like they've seen a ghost. And they kind of gather up themselves and they run back to Jolly's quarters.
Anybody throw down? They all just took off, except for
The two guys that heard that took off. Yes,
What about the ones that were prone on the ground?
Those were the
those were the
Those
two
are the
guys.
ones.
Oh,
So
so
they
they
just-
got up
they-
and they got up
yeah.
and ran. So it was just two dudes.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
There were just two guys on the other side of the door.
Well, you wanted to come in here to begin with anyway, so I walk in the door.
All right.
Okay.
Was that door
All
locked?
right, we're going that way then.
Okay.
We didn't have time to check it.
By the time we checked the door, they would
Which
have
one?
thrown
This
open
one?
those doors, the chapel doors, and they would have been on us. Either way, I made actions. They happened.
We're committed.
All right.
Head inside.
You guys all coming in?
Yep.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna lock the
can
door
we-
behind us.
Yeah, can we
afterwards.
see in this room? It's dark, right? So I can see everything. There's no dudes
So-
in here, so they ran into Jolly's quarters.
So the room that you just walked into, the main hall, is the same room that Keth had his initiation with Jolly, where it's almost as if it's a blue and white decorated room full of nautical decor and the giant table in front of you. There appears to be nobody else in this room except one man sitting at the desk straight ahead in this room as if he was reading papers.
Okay.
Okay.
The room itself is not dark, it is well lit. This is a common area. There's a lot of traffic that happens through here as the day progresses, but since it's still early morning and everybody is technically noted to be asleep, even though you just slaughtered the entire barracks, our man sitting at the desk is quite shocked at what happened. He didn't hear what happened other than a couple of rustling, slamming, and seeing the guys run past him in a hurry. He's kind of looking up, grabs and puts on a pair of glasses as he looks forward and sees the group enter the room.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna say, don't make a sound. We don't want to kill you, but we will. We've taken out half of your men. If you want to live, walk out that door and don't look back.
Intimidation.
18.
Okay. So
Do you have a +7 for intimidation?
it's
Charisma.
charisma. It's her
For sure.
highest.
You.
and she's proficient.
Touche.
She's got an auto +5.
Yeah. All right. So with that, you kind of walk up to it, and you just kind of casually lean on the desk, and you give him these frightening words. And as he's just kind of standing there, shocked at what happened, he just kind of leans back in his chair. He stands up. He kind of gathers his composure a little bit. His hands are out, and he starts slinking back as he tries to make his way up the flight of stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna draw an arrow and wait. How close am I? Like within
yelled
arm's
him.
reach of him?
I yelled at him real
Yeah,
quick. I
you're
was
at the
standing next
desk.
to her. I'm like,
You two are right at the desk.
Okay,
I
I'm
was
gonna.
like, you have an option as he's backing up because I know you're about to jump
Yeah.
him.
Oh.
You have an option. Let's keep as ours. We're taking it. If you want to stay on, you worked for us. You keep backing up. I can't make any promises.
Intimidation?
18.
Okay. So as he backs up away from the table, he just kind of stops and listens to what you have to say and looks back over at Arena, looks at the two of you, kind of looks around his surroundings and takes his glasses off, gives it a nice little
I feel like he's a bookworm. Like,
clean and puts them back on. I will do what you say.
Okay,
all right then, come here. I'm gonna tie you up for the time being, just because we don't want you running around.
gag him too.
Yeah.
Good job.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa!
Time to the desk.
So he comes back and
It's
he
better
sits,
than killing
he
him.
sits back down in his chair and
Hold
he
on.
relaxes.
Before
And
we
he
get into all that, I'll
succumbs.
walk up to the desk. How many men are stationed at the keep right now?
I was gonna interrogate him as well. But
Yeah.
At least tie him up.
As you're tying him to the
If
desk.
you do not tie him up, that establishes trust. How many?
A hefty handful.
There's a number to that. What is the number?
May I look at my desk without you causing any troubles?
Absolutely.
So he reaches down and starts looking through the papers. It's almost as if you can tell that he's kind of like the bookkeeper of
Right.
the keep. He's the
He's
one
the
who.
steward.
Minus
The
11.
maester.
Whatever your number is, it's minus 11 so far.
Wrong call, bud.
Wrong.
It's not the right call.
He kind of looks at you as he's holding the
Too early.
papers, and now he's got like this look of fear in his eye.
I already promised him if he worked for us, he'd live.
I know.
I haven't gone back on my word at all.
Gonna roll perception just to keep a
Continue.
eye out.
We don't have much time here, people. Like, those ones ran.
Ooh.
I do not.
I do
Okay.
not.
I'll leave it to you then. I'm gonna move it towards the stairs
Okay.
to keep an eye on.
I'm gonna
Yep.
stand at the desk
listen
with
also.
Keth.
You're gonna move to the stair and use your passive to
Well,
hear him.
I'm gonna keep an ear out for
You're
what's
gonna
coming.
actively
Yeah.
perceive?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's your roll?
21.
Okay. What do you guys?
Since I failed my perception roll, I'm just gonna go ahead and lock up this door.
Alright, fair enough. How do you want to lock it? Do you want to, like, just flip the switch on it and put the barricade up like normal? Like, nothing super special? Okay. You guys?
I'm standing at the desk with Keth, listening.
And I'm with him.
Okay. So, he's a little shook now. Not only did he just save himself from dying, but now he's a little scared over the fact that he assumes that you just killed 11 of the men that are in this area. So he's kind of looking through his papers to try and find the roster of registered guards on hand. And he's looking through the papers, trying to find the right number of what you're looking for.
I'll wait patiently.
Okay.
With my hands on my sword, of course.
Okay.
I'm gonna like be chipping my nail with my dagger.
Beads of sweat start going down his brow. Go ahead and roll a perception.
14.
Okay. With that, you can start to hear some footsteps up above.
Turn right. We've got company soon.
He's still kind of looking through the papers.
You're
I'm
stalling.
gonna hop up on the table and draw an arrow.
Okay. And you're
Up or
aiming
down?
it
He's
at...
gonna at the doors.
Whatever's are coming.
Just first thing that comes into view.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the guy and say, "You're stalling. Tell us how many."
I haven't found the right paper yet. Rosters aren't usually something that I keep at the ready. I'm more of a bookkeeper and checking the
Time
ins
up.
and outs, the shipping and receiving.
Intimidation. Now.
I'm trying. Please, be patient. Starts adjusting his glasses as he's getting a little bit more nervous as he's like fumbling through the papers.
I cast Thaumaturgy and I whisper in his ear.
Now he's like really starting to sweat and freak out, and he's like, he's fumbling, and then up above, 3 people start to approach the banister as they look down, and they start screaming, "Hey, you!"
Arrows already flying.
Toll the Dead. First one I see.
All right, well you can do this simultaneously,
Yeah,
so let's
you have
start
to
with
do
an
it.
arrow.
You have to do. Well, yeah. Do his first, actually.
Okay,
16.
16 hits.
7 damage.
Okay,
That same one. Do a Wisdom save.
the same guy
Yeah.
because of the Toll the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Does
The
that
one
only
in the
affect-
middle.
Does that only affect one, or
It's the one person. I'm
It's the
picking
one
one. Yeah.
person.
But
Okay.
because he's injured, if you fail it, I get more damage. That's why.
Gotcha. What am I?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yep.
I'm +0 on that, but I roll a 4.
Okay, so make sure I have the 12. Yes.
Yep.
11 damage.
All right, and what is exactly?
It's the,
like.
if you
what
would
is
like to
the
hear it
essence?
exactly, it is you point at a creature you can see, and the sound of a dolorous bell fills
Oh,
the air
got it.
around it for a moment.
Okay. Yeah.
It's necrotic damage.
You got your cards in front of you, and you're using the app.
I don't have the card. That's a Toll the Dead
For
is
Toll
not.
the Dead.
Oh, that's for the
Yeah.
expansion.
Yep.
It's one of the
Gotcha.
few I don't have. Yeah, that's the only reason
Gotcha.
I have the phono.
I was about to give you crap.
I know. I got the rest here.
Okay.
He's got you.
We're good.
All right, so there are 3 men up on the top of the banister that are looking down. This would be the top one here. So as you can see, there are 3 people on the very top where you guys are standing.
Right.
Actually, as you can see, no, way forward, like right where you guys are at here. That would be the equivalent of.
I was just given the space to so they're not on top of these ones since they're. But either way.
Okay, fair enough. The one in the middle, then, an arrow. Cowl does like a little flip.
Oh. Commercial. I was trying to see.
She was trying to
Awkward.
stream watch.
I was trying to watch. Sorry.
That was the Toll the Dead you heard.
That was the Toll the Dead.
That was
yeah.
the Toll the Dead. That dude
It's a
just freaked
commercial.
out. He had no idea what was going on.
My
This
bad.
dude just freaked out.
My bad. Sorry, viewers.
Damn it.
Sorry, DM.
All right.
So the cowl does a nice little leapfrog up on top of the table and does a nice little 3-point landing, grabs an arrow and readies the attack, and as the 3 men approach and scream down, an arrow is let loose to the middle guy as it hits him right in the trachea. So it kind of stops him from speaking, and in doing so, the ringing in his ears is so tremendous that he just falls to the ground and his head explodes from the inside out. And with that,
I didn't know this should happen.
the 2 men on the left and the right, well, it was definitely enough to kill him.
Okay.
He only had 18 health.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll
So,
do it.
yeah. So the other 2 that are up there see this happen, and they're shocked now. They're looking down at it. They're looking at each other, and they're like, "Holy shit!" Everybody roll intimidation.
Oh yeah, I want them. 16.
Okay.
No,
23.
15. Excuse me.
Okay. How much?
15.
Okay.
10.
10.
15.
All right. Well, collectively, you beat the 15 at least.
I rolled
No
I
thanks
rolled
to
a
you.
4.
It's collective. Don't worry.
Yeah, if it's in everybody rolls, it's a collective. You kind of have to eat the average. So with that, they both kind of look at each other. They see the head explode of this third guy. They look down. They see all of you ready to go, and they're like, They drop their stuff and they run back into the quarters where they came from.
All right.
We did the Avengers, like, in Age of Ultron.
You
We're
said they-
jumping into.
You said they dropped their
Last shot.
They dropped their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Okay.
I'm gonna start following them.
Okay. So
Not too far. I'm just getting to like the top of the stairs. That's all.
Okay. So Maeve then makes it to the
Because
very
they're
top of the
are they in
stairs.
They're in
this
there.
door or this one?
I can't tell you that because you don't know that. I can only tell you that they ran
They ran
behind.
in.
You're not.
All
You're
right.
on the bottom floor, so you don't see where they go
Then
other
I'm-
than down a
yeah.
hallway.
Then at this point, since you're down there, I'm just gonna move them. I'm just gonna stand right at the entrance to the hallway there.
Rush everybody away.
You can put them. They're down here.
We're down here with,
Yep.
with the desk man.
Cow is
Death man. Okay. So now you're up on the top balcony. You're looking down. You see the dead body of this man, and his head is wide open. You see a couple of swords and shields just laying beside him from what the 2 guards dropped. And then you look down the hallway, and all you see is 2 closed doors,
Okay.
and that's it.
So I'm really using thaumaturgy a lot today. I'm gonna try and use it and see if either of those doors are open or unlocked. I'm gonna blow them open,
Okay.
and then simultaneously when I do that, I'm gonna use to, enhance my voice and be like, if you come out and like give up, we'll let you live. We're not trying to kill all of you. We're just taking this keep. It's ours now.
Okay. With that, the what do you have to roll?
I was going with intimidation or
Oh, all right. Go
or
ahead.
persuasion, either one.
It would be intimidation, not persuasion.
No.
Fair enough. Well, you're already going to, as you cast this, the doors are going to quake because they're both locked.
Okay,
and
fair
they're
enough.
not easy enough to open. I rolled 2 dice, one for each door, and
No
they're
worries.
both not
They
going
can
to
still
open.
hear me through the door, probably.
They can hear you screaming, yes, or speaking loudly, not screaming. They can hear you, and they can see the doors that are shaking. Or at least that's what's happening.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Mhm.
That's it. I'll let them finish talking to him as I keep an eye on both those doors.
Okay, so while
I'm
Mabel's
gonna move-
upstairs alone,
I'm gonna
back
move
downstairs.
over here to the other side of the table.
All right, so my bookkeeper is still sitting in front, and now he's like put the papers down, and he's just kind of watching what's going on. He heard the explosion of the guy's head. He heard them drop their arms. He heard them run away, and he heard Maeve do another thing upstairs. Right, so he's now just kind of like sitting there petrified, not really knowing what to do as you guys make your move.
What's your name?
Ivan,
Ivan, how long you worked at this keep?
since the beginning,
In the beginning was.
when we took it over.
How long ago was it?
Oh Lord. I could not even tell you. Long enough. I feel like I've been here long enough.
So
I've
you're
been
part of
serving
this club.
Jolly since.
How
We
is
took
Jolly,
over.
by the way?
As far as I know, Jolly is no longer with us.
As I point to the tusk necklace.
That's right. I forgot you took his tusk.
Interesting.
So, Ivan, we want this keep for ourselves, for our own profit, and how we say, home, really.
There you
So, if you're willing to cooperate with us, we're willing to keep you on.
Takes off his glasses, just to give it a nice little clean again. See, gathers his composure. As long as you promise my safety, I will do what you'd like.
As long as I can have your loyalty, you have my word. You will be safe.
Keep me alive, and I will be loyal.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So, that roster.
The roster. He goes back there and pulls out a sheet of paper. Here it is. It appears as though. It's 12 now. Well, you're upstairs.
I know.
Looks over and. Minus 12. It appears as though there's roughly 60 men in this keep.
Okay. And are all of those men soldiers, or are most of them workers?
A little bit of both.
How many are these men all completely loyal to the call?
They are definitely loyal to the man that runs this keep.
And that is?
That would be Rish.
Where can we find Rish?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm sure he's around here somewhere.
What can you tell us about him?
He was second in command to Jolly, but since his fall, and he peers over at the cowl, he has now taken over the keep as his own, and his men are quite loyal.
Are the men separated into different loyalties, factions, as you will? Okay. Might be.
I can tell you that his quarters are typically in the southeast corner of the keep, but I cannot guarantee that he is there. I can tell you that his task before Jolly's fall was to manage the deliveries.
And that's all kept good record of, I'd assume, by you.
By only the best.
Absolutely.
When was the last delivery?
The last delivery that we had was 2 nights ago, actually. The boat is still at dock.
Has it been unloaded?
It has.
And where is that stuff kept?
We got a little more on our plate before we get
I'm
to
just
that.
curious. I'm
I
just
know.
asking
We'll
one
have
question for
plenty-
my future knowledge.
We'll have plenty of time for that.
Rogue's got a rogue.
I'm gonna
at
get a
the
shirt
end
that says
of
that.
That depends on what you're interested in, darling.
You hear a metal foot tapping upstairs.
So,
Alright.
May.
are there any other captains in the keep? Or is Reese pretty much the only one?
Reese is pretty much the only one. I can guarantee you that with his fall and nobody to take his place, the men will do as they will.
Okay. No. Well, you've been very helpful. I think we have some exploring to do, if you will.
I would assume that my loyalty will not go unnoticed.
It will not.
Very good.
Not until we take care of this.
But you guarantee my safety.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
I do. If you want to lead people in the wrong direction as to where we went, I would definitely appreciate that.
I never saw you.
That's what I like to hear. Shall we? Insight to see if he's lying.
Okay.
I will also do insight to see if he's lying.
You seem as though everything seems to be legit.
I will also do insight to see if he's lying.
Oh wait, 9.
Whoa! That changes everything. No, same.
Yeah, 11.
Everything seems to be in order.
Alright.
Fifth. No.
Oh, I'm shitting
Yeah,
myself
8.
for insight.
Everybody's running terribly.
Yeah,
I
everything
back up-
seems to be
I
alright.
back up to the balcony. Can you tie them up already and let's go?
We're not gonna tie
I
him
feel
up.
like he shouldn't leave the area.
I agree. We'll be back.
You're absolutely right.
I wouldn't leave if I were
I'll
you.
pull out some rope. Send him to do the rope trick.
Oh, you're carrying them with you. Okay.
We put him in the
That might scare the shit out of
The
them.
pocket dimension?
pocket dimension for an hour.
We can absolutely guarantee your safety, that's for sure.
For 1 hour.
I don't like the sound of that. I very much like where I'm at.
Well,
right
you
now.
can
You
either
get
be
to-
tied to the desk or you can be tied up in the pocket dimension. We need to trust that you're not
Have
going
I
to
not
sound any
been loyal
alarm.
to you?
You can
We just
still
wanna
do
know
it.
you're
He
not gonna leave.
has.
I just want to know that you're not going to leave.
Hold on. Just go to
He's not
Charlie's
gonna-
old place.
There you go.
Who's in Jolly's quarters?
Nobody has taken Jolly's quarters since Jolly's been
Squished.
defeated.
Guess what? You got Jolly's quarters now.
For now.
Head up there and stay there. We'll come get you when we're done.
If somebody finds me in that room, I'm sure there will be hell to pay.
Well, you
Nobody
can
has
lock
gone
it.
in his quarters since.
Don't let anyone find you.
Just lie and say we put you there. I'm not there. Shit.
Yeah.
If we tied him up in there, it would look like someone put him there.
He's fine. If he lies anyway, he knows the consequences.
Okay.
So, we'll be back.
Very
and
good.
we'll head upstairs.
So we're just letting him sit down there?
As you would.
Alright.
He goes back to messing around with his papers.
Yep.
Writing things down.
And we'll head upstairs. Okay? We'll go. I say we check both rooms and Jolly's quarters as well, just to make sure there's nobody up here.
Two of them somewhere.
And then we will, we'll go through the keep, through the ramparts and down to the southeast end to find
Alright, so
Reese.
you guys are up there with me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Arena, both these doors are locked. I don't know which one they went in.
Alright, I will check the one on the left first, then the one on the right with me.
So this one?
Yeah, one on the left is a 20.
The south door.
South would be this
Yes,
one.
Correct.
south would be that
South
one.
is me. I'm south. You're
Yes,
north.
this door.
Okay.
for 20 to see if the door's locked.
You can tell that the door is locked.
Okay, I'm gonna open it with a 24.
That successfully opens the door.
Okay.
Do you want to do a stealth on it to see if you do it stealthily?
Yes, I do. And that's also gonna be a 24.
Okay, so you unlock the southmost door, and you swiftly open it. And inside, you see that there are more beds. That this also appears to be somewhat of a mini barracks or a very well kept room.
Okay.
Unlike the barracks, but it's still a resting quarters. It appears as though this room here houses the more important men
Okay.
of the group, of the keep, and you notice that there's nobody in this room.
Okay.
Check the one behind
so
us.
I'm gonna go out and check this door right here.
Okay.
West door or north door.
Yeah, the north door.
11. 13. 13, sorry.
So the door is locked, yes.
Okay, and I'm gonna do lockpick, and I'm not gonna successfully unlock that.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 2 plus 9.
That's
Okay.
11.
I don't think you're ever going to break a tool pick because you have +9 on that.
Unless
you
rolls
roll
a
a
natural
one.
one, yeah.
Natural 1's going to be the only way.
Strength.
You want it?
If you want to, you can.
Athletics.
Go right ahead.
I kind of shove him out the way.
10.
14. Wait, is this athletics you said?
Yes.
Yeah, still 14.
Sleight of hand
If you want to. So far, nobody's been able to open this door.
with my thieves' tools.
You have thieves'
Nope.
tools as well?
Oh yeah.
Alright, I will give my second attempt with my mage hand to unlock the door.
Okay.
Alright, there we go. 18.
Okay. So after some finesse of everybody trying to get into this room,
It's a team effort.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the room that had the entrance to.
Yes.
Secret door, yeah,
That's
the
what I
behind the
thought.
bookcase.
Yeah. So the door is unlocked.
yes, the door is unlocked as
Okay.
you open the
I'll
room.
push it open with mage hand stealthily.
Okay. In this room, you see that this is kind of the library.
Yep.
You see a bunch of books on the shelves. They appear to be a little dusty because not a lot of these pirates like to read.
Shock.
And you notice that over on the left-hand side of the room, the northernmost corner, the room or the bookshelf that was hiding the entrance to the Jolly's quarters from before has been sealed up.
Okay.
It's been barricaded by not just a bookshelf, but by planks, as if nobody is to get into this room.
Time to get in this room.
I do a walk up to the planks and just kind of do perception to see if it's like they're hiding something in there or they just straight blocked it off so no one can go in there.
It's straight blocked it off,
think
so
it's like
nobody
a
can go in.
restricted
Passively, you can determine that.
Alright, well then fuck it. Let's
Yep, agreed.
boom.
All right.
Through
Going
the
in up
barracks.
to this door at least.
Okay, so you guys exit the library and head back through. You make your way to the southernmost door that leads out to the castle's wall, the front wall.
Okay.
The door is also locked.
Gonna do mage hand, sleight of hand, 17 plus 9 to unlock the door.
Okay, so
And
you
I'll do it
successfully unlock the door.
Stealthily. 16 to stealthily do it.
Yes, you can successfully, stealthily unlock the door safely.
Okay.
On
I'm
the other side,
going to cover, like, I'm gonna basically, like, be on the side of the door as I slowly open it with the mage hand.
I'm just kind of giving you some
Yeah.
distance
Yeah.
here. I'm also going to remove it just for you guys so you can see
Yeah.
but you guys are up on a
Yeah.
higher level. All right, as
Steps
you
to the left.
open it, as you open the door outward,
Mm-hmm.
you see down the path that happens to be the top of the wall where the sentries make their way, and from there you can see that there's nobody standing there anymore. It's completely empty.
They know
They
we're here.
do a circle. Of course they do.
Well, here we go.
Alright, I step out and I take a look around.
Okay, roll a perception.
Not very good, 8.
Okay, so you look around and you're mostly looking off into the distance, not inside the keep, but out of the keep, and you're kind of adoring the sunset as now we're getting into the evening.
15 on a perception check.
You
Are the
can-
guys still standing? Well, I wouldn't see it because I rolled an 8.
Yep,
Yeah.
you don't see any
Right.
of that. what you see is you can see that there are, on the far east side, north of the barracks where you were, there's a small gaggle of guards that seem to be walking towards the water away from you, and then they just disappear over the horizon.
I'll relay that information.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Do you want to check out the
We need to
The
go.
far-
we
the
need to
far
go to
one?
that rampart.
Alright. I
Yep.
start heading across.
I'm
You
going
guys want to head across?
I'm going first.
I'll
Okay.
go behind Maeve.
Stealth
Off in
checks.
the back.
If you
Stealth.
want to stealth up, go
I'll stealth
right
up.
ahead.
Oh wait, disadvantage. Oh, I rolled an 18. And a 6. I have an 8. Yes!
And you guys
27.
got to find my loot already because you guys are killing me here. 27, yeah, you're stealth.
Find your loot.
Uh-huh. You guys haven't found the loot of the keep yet.
Set 17.
Because
17.
it's at the
Because
bottom
it-
of the ocean.
Yeah, it sank.
Unless they all dug it up already, but either way.
By
I'm not allowed to
se-
keep loot and chests. We have time for that later. So.
Yes, we
I
do.
didn't say it was a chest.
Well, I'm not allowed to loot things
All right.
because we have time for
You
that
can
later.
loot anything you
Yeah.
want. You just have to say the word.
Keep
Just
going.
worried about people killing us while we do it.
Yeah, if you want to
If we
loot,
kill
then
everybody
loot.
first, then we have.
I mean,
all
look,
time
Then
to
you
work.
can run through skipping around and take
Maeve-
everything you want.
Maeve got annoyed and kicked down the door, regardless of what the plan was, and that's the way it went. You want to loot something, you just loot it. You say, I'm going to do it,
Alright, go.
and then that's how the story
Maeve
goes.
also
Okay.
may have saw what she rolled for unlocking that door and said, fuck it!
It was
Okay.
I messed up by one. I
Wow.
caught it.
So-
So
23.
Maeve cheated.
No, we
So,
didn't.
All right,
the
here we go.
door
She
is
did.
locked.
No. What are you
Okay.
talking about?
Anyway, this door's locked.
Yes.
Ah, it's only inside.
Well, he moved us in.
Move the map so everybody can see. So the door's locked.
All right.
Uh huh.
Be prepared. They definitely know we're coming.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll use Mage Hand to try to unlock the door. That's a 9 plus 9.
18.
Okay, so you successfully unlock the door.
Okay, I'm gonna do it stealthily.
Roll a dex saving throw.
I used Mage Hand. I'm nowhere near it.
I don't care.
Fine. 17 plus 4.
Alright, very good. So as you unlock the door, from a distance with your mage hand, you also notice that there happens to be a tripwire
Okay.
associated with this door. And in doing so, you manage to snip it with your mage hand and successfully defuse the trap on the other side of this door.
Got it. I was just making sure I wasn't
She's like,
gonna,
don't you dare
take a-
kill me!
Yeah.
Don't you kill me!
Thought you were gonna like drop a ceiling on me
got
or something.
so
We're
bad.
outside.
Yeah!
All right, let's move.
So it's unlocked and,
The door's wide open and
Oh, it's
inside.
open?
Yep,
Okay.
the door is now wide open. Well, it had to open to defuse the trap.
Oh, okay.
So, as the door is wide open, you can see through inside. There happens to be some light in there. You don't see any bodies in this area, but this also is the room that has the giant turning mechanisms
For the
used to
gate.
operate the gate below.
So we know for sure they know we're here, right?
That's what we're assuming.
I can play under those rules.
Yeah. I honestly don't know, but I'm
All right.
assuming so.
Are we going in?
So we should probably go in.
All right.
So as you make your way inside this room, you pass on through to the next, and in this one is a giant circular room with a couple of slit holes that reveal the outside wilderness on the other side. Typically this is a room with a couple of beds so that the guards can rest on their on and off exchange, but this is also kind of their room to recover as they make their changes.
And this is where we met our handsome monk friend.
Yep, and this is also the room where you found your monk friend Maloth.
Nobody's in
we'll
here,
have
though?
to kill.
You also don't see any bodies in this room. It seems to be empty, but you also see a spiral staircase that leads downstairs.
Question for the DM. As I choke on my own words, when we were walking across, there was nobody where that group of 5 was standing right
I
there.
can't tell you that.
Well, I mean, I have a passive perception of seeing a large group of people down below.
Your passive did not see anybody
Alright,
downstairs.
touche. Alright, so you're going downstairs or out the door to the next
We move
wall?
to the east.
Alright.
Reese is in the east, the southeast. We need to go there.
So you want to head to the east and head along the outside of the wall?
Yep.
Okay. I guess you guys haven't done that one yet, have you?
Nope. We have not.
Alright, so you guys exit the room and you make your way out onto the southernmost wall. And there also appear to be no guards on this wall. It seems as though everybody seems to be missing at the moment.
Cool.
Is the ship still there?
As you start making your way past the... Let me kill the second floor here. As you make your way past the stable, the dilapidated stable, you can see that the boat is still there at the dock.
Okay. So they're waiting for us somewhere.
Potentially, yeah.
Or they're all loading up to flee.
All right.
We'll see.
Go to these stairs. We're gonna have to go down to go in.
Yep.
There's a door at the top.
There is no door at the very end of this. The column that houses this, it appears to be a single room, as in it's not a double layer. There is no top and
Gotcha.
bottom.
Sounds like a
It's
short one.
completely hollow, like a silo. But
Gotcha.
there's no door
On
on
the
this,
top, you have to
on the
go
top
down.
of this. Correct. It's just the end.
Gotcha.
There's no window slit, no nothing.
All right.
So you just head
Okay.
down the stairs into the courtyard.
Yep.
Do we
And
go in there? Or do we head to the boat?
Do we go in there?
All right.
All right. So
I'll check the door, see if it's locked. 9 plus 8, 18. Check the door.
uh-huh.
Is it locked?
Yes.
Okay. 16 to pick it.
Okay. So you can successfully pick the door.
Stealthily. 15 for stealth.
All right. So you open the door quietly as well.
Okay. And then I'll use the mage hand to gently push it open.
The door swings wide open. You notice that inside it seems to be a very similar room to the other side of the keep that you are in. It also has a crank wheel that operates the main gate that allows boats to come in and out. You also notice that there happen to be a couple of beds in this room and a giant curtain that acts as a partition inside this silo of a keep.
Okay. I want to go on the other side of the curtain.
Alright, so as you enter the room, you three are outside.
Well, no. I mean, I go in. Shoot.
You go in,
I'll
you
follow.
go in, you go in.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the last one in?
Me.
Okay. So all three of you walk into the room, and Cowell, with the 17 passive perception, hears a scream come from, or a yell, come from the courtyard north of where you guys are at.
Yeah.
Real quick, do I hear or see anybody in this room? I rolled a. What do you want me to check?
Perception.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, you're fine.
13.
You perceive that there are no bodies in
Alright,
this
then I
immediate
s-
vicinity.
I'll take a look over
I
into the
spin around
north.
and step out to try and look.
What I see?
You see a very blue man who stands about 5'8", and he's standing right at the top of these steps that lead into the water. You see this man. Aha, yes. He's wearing a vest, and he's got a nice big belly to him. He's got a nice wide girth to him.
Genie.
He looks like a genie. He's got very blue pigment and puffy pants. And as he's standing there, he's kind of twirling this little, almost like a brass knuckle with a point on it in his hand. And he's just standing there intimidatingly. And behind him is an army of men that you can count the number 6. You can count that there are 6 men standing behind
Plus
him.
him? Cool.
No.
Plus him.
Plus him. So 7 total
Okay.
bodies that the cowl sees while all 3 of you are inside this room.
I whisper up to Cal. What are we doing?
It's 10-10.
I know. This is where we have to end it.
Yep.
How are we going to end it?
Leroy! No, I'm just kidding. You guys are still in the room, right?
So,
Just me and Cal out front.
From essentially.
you're the new boss, I take it.
What are you guys doing in my quarters?
That's the thing. It's gonna be, used to be your quarters, guys. We're taking over. If we have to go through you, we'll be more than happy to.
You and what army? And as he does that, his hands extend and behind him move up the 6 guards.
Okay.
I'd like to see you try.
Do I hear him talking?
I'll point to the tusk
Roll
like,
perception.
okay.
No, not you, Keth. You can keep going.
Point to the tusk. You weren't even the toughest guy here.
We've already taken down 12 of your men. If you hadn't noticed, you're a little short.
Well, I rolled a 9.
Yeah, you don't hear any of this. You and Arena are inside the room.
I just
Yeah.
gotta
wanna
lean
look-
back
I
and do
wanna-
one of these things to him.
I
I'm
want
just
to
like,
go behind the curtain and see what's behind the curtain in the room.
All right. Behind the curtain in that room.
pause.
Yeah. And this is how we're going to end it here. You notice that there are leather saddlebags aside this bed, and the bed appears to be a very well kept bed, a mahogany bed with nice tapestries. It appears as though that this is
Reese.
his bed.
Okay.
You notice that there's a leather saddlebag aside it. Roll perception. I need to know the number.
2. I rolled a 2.
Plus.
Plus what?
Plus
You're like
my-
plus 9?
Plus 6.
Plus 6, so an 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can definitely tell they're bags.
I can
Yeah,
see
you-
that they're
you can-
beautiful leather
You
saddlebags.
can tell that they're leather saddlebags and that his bed is very well kept.
Okay, can I use my mage hand to open the saddlebags?
Roll a sleight of hand.
14.
You can open the bag successfully. Roll one more perception to see if you can find anything inside of the bag.
Damn it.
17? What do you have in that? What's your percent?
14.
14. Alright, all that you notice inside the bag from a distance, because you're using your mage hand, so you're not all up in it, you're at a distance, you can kind of see a little shimmer come
Okay.
from the side, and you use your mage hand to swipe it up,
Okay.
and all you find there are about 12 pieces of silver.
Okay. I'm gonna move up to the other bag.
Other bag,
You
it's just
said
one.
you said there were there were 2 saddlebags on the ground.
It's a collective
Okay, well then I'm
saddlebag.
gonna move up to the bag and straight up put my hand in there.
Alright, roll a perception on that one.
I don't like this dice right now.
Why are you still using
I don't
that?
know.
Hey, it's not like I have a jail for you. For that reason.
There we go.
Sorry, I'm having math issues now. 10.
You don't notice anything.
Cool. Okay. Well then I'm just gonna walk out of that area then.
That is where we're going to have to end the evening, unfortunately. And I cannot distribute any experience to you guys because you have not rested for it. The only
worries.
experience that you were able to gain was from the quest itself, but I have that written down.
150.
Huh?
So 150
No,
gave
we
us
need
a-
more.
Oh, the quest.
The quest, yeah.
Let him do his thing. Let him do his thing.
Just let him do his thing.
Fine.
Let him do his DM thing.
So, I cannot tell you, but I wrote down what you guys have earned from the enemies that you killed, so you'll have to get that on the next one, unfortunately. So, thank you all for joining me this evening. Thank you for staying as late as you did. Unfortunately, we have to end it here. Let's do one quick round of the table and say goodnight to everybody. On my right, we have Eric Muller from Ramble On About Movies.
Yes, thank you. As always, make sure to check us out. YouTube, Facebook, all that jazz.
All that jazz.
Boop, 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 boop.
What do you got, Chris?
Thanks everybody for joining us. It's been a blast. We hope to see you next week.
That's right. We got some weird stuff coming next
Heck,
week.
we do.
There's a big battle coming.
Oh yes.
Eric May.
Great night. Follow me Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Geeky Baby, and tune in next week. Shit's about to get crazy.
True enough. Mr. Josh Bratton, what you got?
Not much. Just had a great time playing. Hope you all enjoyed watching. You can find me Twitter and Instagram, JTBratton21. Josh Bratton pretty much everywhere else, along with Casual Critics with my cohort here.
That's this guy right here. Thank you all for joining me. My name is Anthony Daney. You can find me at The Real Anthony Daney, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm there. Find me, like, share, follow, subscribe, all that, and the whatever else comes along with
Yeah,
it.
sure
So,
shit.
There you
yes,
go.
all the extra shit. So thank you all very much. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
That guy pretty much